recording. Just scoot the chat over some, and oh, let me cut the sound on OPTC. All right, now we can jump into it. Yep, set sail. So yeah, all the, hang on, I got cat hair on my phone. All the teams work exactly as I planned. Everything works out just perfect, so we'll go ahead and show those off here. Let me go ahead and activate this CCAT card. Just so we can get some extra points here off the start. And perfect, okay, good. So we're getting a treasure bird first run, so that way we can show off the intrusion fight. I might as well be talking to a wall, but Haley, I really hope you start laying down soon and don't do this biting shit that you try and do every damn stream. It's your nap time. This is when you lay down to nap. It's like your brother's in there napping. Alright, so for the intrusion fight versus Linlin, stop with the biting. Hang on, chat. She's got like drool going down her chest, so she got it like all on my hand. No, I'm trying to clean you up. You see, like, she doesn't even give a shit. Like, she just comes like right back anyway. I need you to like move just for a second. Okay? Because I really, really don't want you like trying to bite my arm. I hate that every stream. It's annoying. Like, damn, how many times I gotta tell you, stop trying to fucking bite. Okay, so this one, like I said before, intrusion fight, or like I said in my breakdown video, you want to run Usopp and Lilith here. Just because they are super, super, super clutch for this when you start on Lilith. Just because of her effect to cast the chain boundary. So we'll just pick mine just to leave these other friend captains, even though like it's not boosted, so it doesn't matter. Just so we can leave those friend captains for when we do other fights, like I said, because they could be using boosted captains on other teams, so we want to keep them available. Maybe I'll scoot that over for you. No, lay down. You were about to lay down. So this is the right team, right? Yeah, the one with the keys are okay. So we can go ahead and jump into here. The intrusion fight. Stop trying to bite. Remember what I said yesterday or Monday when we streamed? Every time you try and bite, I'm just going to put you on the ground. We'll just set you down. Anyway, chat. So you see there, we get the chain boundary effect from Usopp and Lilith. So now we're not going to have to worry about the chain shenanigans on stages 2 and 3. You see with the preemptive from Sentomaru, it does drop it down to 4. But that's no worry because like I said, their super switch, which is full, is going to extend it by another turn. So it'll just, we'll get that back so it will last through the preemptive. So once we get here versus Kaido, we just go ahead and, like I said, super switch them. Now that's going to extend that chain boundary. So now we'll have it through the final stage. You want to launch their special first before their super class, because their super class multiplies their attack buff. So that way we can take advantage of that. Just get a stronger attack buff, 3.3 now. So next you want to super swap Robin and Koala. That's going to give you color affinity. Use their special. This is going to give cooldown, so that's going to get Kizaru, make sure he's ready on the final stage. As well as remove the barrier on Kaido. And it's going to give us the orb buff and the clock buff, so next turn we'll get another color affinity for the final stage. Lastly, you'll go ahead and activate Bluegrass. She'll make all of our slots tandem. They're locked, so we'll have tandem slots for a second stage or the third stage. So we'll get to use Frankie's super tandem on both, or we'll have access to it on both. Kaido's going to die before we get to use it, really. And we'll get the damage at the end of the turn, so that way it will get past the resilience. And also, Kaido has the decreased damage from certain slots, but Tandem isn't one of them. So Bluegrass, super clutch for this like whole event, not just a stage. So we can go ahead and Usopp first, Nami. See, like I said, died way before like we even got to use Frankie's like super tandem. Hey, what's up, Mo? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. You're actually on like the first run that we're doing on stream. I did test them before my stream, and my teams all worked like perfect, just like I had planned and thought they would. Funny enough, I thought team building for this treasure map, I thought it was easy. I know a lot of people thought, like, I was kind of surprised when I saw people saying, like, this treasure map was, like, super hard to build for and was, like, brutal and stuff like that, because that actually surprised me. I actually thought this was, like, a easier TM to, like, build for, just because of how strong, there's two key units, one in this team and one in the boss fight, that just completely just invalidate like Sabo. Like, I thought this one was easy to build for about the batch, because this one, Usopp and Lilith, super clutch, and then the other one, Rayleigh and Gabon, again, just like really clutch. So I was actually surprised there. We can go ahead and KO now. I did make one mistake there just because I was talking. You don't need Nami and Carrot special, because it just does chain boundary. Is the only attack buff you get from it. Like, it does other stuff, but you already have chain boundary from Usopp and Lilith, and you see it gives a full board matching, so that took away us being able to get the super tandem this turn. No big of a deal, because this is only like intrusion, or this is only like, oh God, what is it I'm trying to say? Navigation level 4. So since this is navigation level 4, you saw how weak Linlin was there, so it doesn't matter. But just know for that stage, for that fight, you only need to switch, do the super swap of Nami and Carrot, so that way you can get the resistance down. That's the only thing like they're there for, is to meet the requirements for Usopp and Lilith's super class, Frankie's super tandem, and the resistance down comes out to be just a free 30% damage increase to your Dex units. But you don't need their special, because it actually takes away your super tandem. Yeah, I'm not sure if you see there, Mo, by the way, but the stream's been updated since the last TM stream that we did. Now we got emotes set up, we got channel points. It's going to take me a while to get like channel points. I figured out exactly what I want to do with them, so it's just like the generic ones are there now, like highlight a message and unlock a sub emote, stuff like that. But I'm going to try and figure out like different stuff to do with them. Definitely with like me streaming like fighting games and stuff. I think once I figure out like a good like point number for it, I think I'm going to do like a choose like my character one. So that way, you know, like a viewer can like, if they get that one, they can say, hey, I want to see like, if for example, like I'm playing like BB Tag, if they're like, hey, I want you to run like Kanji and Naotakun, then like I'll, you know, play that team for like 3-4 matches, something like that, just to, like try them out and stuff like that at least. And you know, obviously if I like the team or whatever, like stick with them and stuff like that. But that's like one of the ideas I have figured out for it. Just gotta figure out how many points like that should be. But yeah, I was really glad that we were able to get the stream updated. So like, I really like having that like extra freedom, just to express myself even more, but also to like share the love with all you guys and like give y'all more like community stuff like that. So the channel points and emotes, I'm gonna get like some more stuff with them rolled out here within the next like couple like weeks and stuff like that, just while I'm like playing around and stuff with it. It's gonna take me a little bit of time just to like figure everything out, what I want to do with it. But yeah, just excited to keep like growing the channel and get like all the cool stuff added to it. We actually finished Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon on our last stream on Monday, so now we have a spot opened up for another game we can start playing through. And we're really close to our 50 followers stream, so obviously doing the treasure map today, tomorrow. The next stream will probably be Sword Art Online and then a fighting game one. I don't want to just jump into a game yet, because being so close to our 50 followers goal, if we reach our 50 followers goal, I wanted to start a playthrough with that anyway, so I'm gonna like wait and play that by ear. But yeah, other than all that stuff, how you been doing, Mo? I hope everything's doing good for you. We're just hanging out and knocking out like these like TM matches. Also excited too because it's my birthday month. My birthday's like later in the month, but about like a little less than 2 weeks now. But just celebrating it all month with like the fun stuff we're doing on stream, and also with the stuff I have planned on stream. And then like today, me and my wife were going out to like a kind of like an early birthday dinner and stuff like that at my favorite restaurant. So a bunch of cool stuff going on. Go ahead and like easily like clear this one. Oh, I should have done Morley and Karasu first, but it's not that big of a deal. I think they only, at the end of the day, I think they would have only buffed the color affinity from Koala. So it's not that big of a deal, and you see how many like buffs we have stacked. I'm just excited to finally be able to use Ryokuyu here. I pulled him not too long ago, I want to say. I can't even remember what event it was, but I pulled Ryokuyu not too long ago. Shit, it might have been over the anniversary. But this is actually the first time I've been able to use him, because he's not the best legend, let's just be honest. So I was glad that I was able to use him here to actually like remove the burn and get an orb buff. I didn't have an orb buff on here, so he comes in pretty clutch there. Got new boa in 7, can't complain. A little busy, and holidays ends this weekend. Which holidays? Also, congrats on getting a new boa. I got the new boa also. I'm a big fan of her. Some people downplaying her. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of her. I think the artwork's incredible, and I like her kit a lot too. I think some people are downplaying her, trying to say like she's not that good, because I will say her Super Tandem boost is a little tough to get, but I think her Super Tandem boost is just like a bonus. I don't think that's the main attraction for that character. I think like the whole rest of her kit is good. I think the Super Tandem boost, if you can get it, like that's great, but you don't need it. Like I don't think the character lives and dies on a Super Tandem boost like some people are great in her. It's weird. But yeah, you'll have to let me know like what holidays you mean. I know we have coming up in like 2 weeks, like Memorial Day here. So it's cool, like my wife's gonna get like half a day off work going into that weekend and stuff like that, so. Gosh, I gotta clear this one. I gotta grab me some of my water. I don't remember when I tested this one earlier to see, did Kobe remove the... Yeah, okay, he did remove the damage nullification. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, you had the tavern tokens. I got you, I got you. That's why you were pulling on it. I get what you're saying, yeah. Otherwise you wouldn't have mind like skipping. Yeah, I definitely I only had a few tavern tokens because I only did the 3 runs. I didn't want to put like any stamina meats in or anything like that. So I only had the 3 runs in, so I only had 20 tokens. But I got boa on I think my 4th multi. But I wanted to pull on that one because one, I did like boa's kit, and I saw like, okay, I think this is gonna be a good character like for the future and stuff like that. But also since it was an anniversary banner, I didn't have S-Snake, which S-Snake's not like that big of a deal. But I didn't have Luffy, Lucci, or Zoro Kaku. Unfortunately, I didn't get either of those 3, but at least I got Hancock. She was the one I was mainly there for. She was the one out of those 4 that I wanted the most. But it was just a, hey, there's some other anniversary legends in there that I don't have, and this is a smaller legend pool. I think this is a good value, so that's why I tried going in for it. Holidays, I had a few weeks off from work. Oh, nice, nice. I'm glad. I hope you got to like enjoy that and everything. It's always nice to get like a good extended break there. So hey, man, I'm glad you got that for you. Really, really hope you like enjoyed it, and I hope it didn't go by too fast. That's my problem when I get like time off, is I feel like sometimes it'll be like a blur, and you'll be like, damn, like where'd like all that time go? So hopefully it wasn't like that for you. It wasn't too quick. Dang, nice. Yeah, those pulls do seem like nice. You rainbowed S-Snake is crazy, because I know she's got a nasty Rumble special, Rumble Super Special. So that means, or not Rumble Super Special, I was right, Rumble Special. They'll have Rumble Super Special at some point. I'm sure that's coming eventually. Or Rumble Super Class or something. That'll be something. Watch them do that for like 12th anniversary. But dang, that's sick. Like, because I know she's nasty for a strength team if you get her like max like that. So you got her to like level limit break 5. Like, that's crazy. It sounds like you're gonna be like a threat in Rumble with the strength team if you choose to like run it. That's what's up. And then getting the extra copy of Zoro and Kaku, or like you said, Lulu and Zuko. What do they have? They have Super Tandem? I actually can't remember what they have. I know Luffy Lucci was Captain Shift. I can't remember if they had like a premium potential ability. Final Tap in Tandem. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like Luffy Lucci probably had Final Tap, and Zoro Kaku probably had Tandem. That's what my thoughts were. But again, I could be wrong. Yeah, I was glad to get Hancock, and like you said, hey, that's good that your pulls went like that, especially since like you had the medals, you wanted to use them so they didn't expire and stuff like that. Like, at least like you used them and like, you know, you got stuff out of it, because obviously using the 120, you also had to use some of your gems. So it would have sucked like if you used your medals and you're like, oh, let me go for like, you know, like try and get to like the limited ticket or something like that. But then like you still got screwed like that, that would suck. So at least like you got some good stuff out of it. I'm with you. I don't like the way they did the medals. I wish they didn't expire or expire as fast. Like, think about it like if they expired on like at a minimum, and I still think this would be too short. Imagine they expired on a 6-month countdown. I think that should have been the minimum, because that would get you, say if you earned them, at any point to at least either anniversary or 0.5 anniversary, just for example. So I think they should have, at a minimum, and I still think this is too low, expired 6 months if they were going to do an expiration date. If they were going to do an expiration date, what really would have been acceptable, a year, but I don't see why they should expire, period. Like, it's just trying to like force you to pull to spend your gems, because I saw when I had the 20 and I used them, my first multi was 20 medals, 30 gems. So I did like that kind of subtracted from it, because they could have screwed us by saying like, hey, it's either 50 or none, and you can only use like the 5 for single pulls, you know what I mean? So thankfully like it credited us. I agree, I think 3 would have been pretty good too, because like you said, that pretty much guarantees you a Super Sugo. And at a minimum 3, even if it's like every 3 months, that's 3 TMs and 3 Kazunas. So when you think about it that way, that's 6 like restricted Sugo like legends and like restricted like Sugo batches. So it gives you a chance to get like more TM characters that way if like a good TM legend comes out. Or if they came out the month before, I might have used my medals to try and get Crocodile and Robin, because I really do like them. and I really want them, but I kind of want to like hold the line there and like, all right, let me just. I really want them. I do think they're good. I'm not just biased because like Robin's my favorite character other than Law, and I really love Crocodile. I actually think they are that damn good. One of the best like Kazuna legends in my opinion. But I was like, let me just hold the line there. But honestly, if I had the medals last month, I might not have been able to do that. I might have like actually tried using them on Croc and Robin. Then look, then I wouldn't have had them for Boa. Dude, you saying like Bandai just hates us? I felt like that when the login bonus had like medals, and seeing the social media campaign having medals, because that really sucks. Because that definitely lowers the pool. And Toski was talking about this in like his video. He was talking about like it sucks because it lowers the pool of being able to conserve medals for the Super Sugo Fest and stuff like that. So it sucks. Like 10 days is kind of like a slap in the face because you know it, I know it, and I think most people think like this too, and they're probably upset about this like we are. There's going to be times where like you have say like just a random number, like let's say like 15. Let's say like you have like 15 medals. But like there's really nothing to pull on right then. Like the new TM character, like maybe like they're not like that great. Like I don't know, Sabo for example. Maybe they're not that great. Maybe the new Kazuna character just isn't that great either. Like I don't know, Jenny, you know, stuff like that. So just using them as like an example, then you have to like gauge like, well, this character's not that good, this character's not that good, what's in the pool that I don't have? And then, you know, you're like me, maybe you look at PvP, because I never pull on PvP banners. I probably pulled on like one in my life maybe. I really can't remember of another time I pulled on any other than like once. So, like, maybe you're like, I don't really pull on PvP banners. This new PvP character, I don't know. It is a legend. Maybe that it's one of the rare PvP characters that has a good kit outside of Rumble. Like, for normal content. I don't know. But then I would have to use 35 Rainbow Gems. Is that really worth it? And the first multi usually, like, you don't get any kind of like bonus for it, you know, other than maybe a guaranteed like rate boosted character on stuff. So that's where you run into issues where it's like these medals, like you're gonna get to the expiration date, and more than anything, I swear to you, dude, and you probably agree with me on this, we're gonna end up using them on the single pulls. Like just like, oh man, I have like literally like 15 medals, I can get 3 single pulls and it's not gonna cost me a rainbow gem. And hopefully, like, maybe I'll get something like anything like good out of it. It's one of those things that, like, great idea, terrible practice. Totally agree with you. Hopefully the Japanese players will protest and maybe there'll be a change. Same thing like, you know, we had in the past with Uta, with like her release. You know, hopefully like that'll be the case. Alright, we can go ahead and super switch Rayleigh and Gabon here and go ahead and pop Usopp, just get this free double damage with the target mark status. So I did notice one thing about this team. Obviously there's not a way to guarantee slots with them, so if needed, if you're like, oh, I have no slots, you can use Bluegrass on this stage just to give you your a full board of slots. Actually, wait, I forgot. Rayleigh and Gabon, they give you a orb buff anyway. So yeah, my worry was if I use Bluegrass, I would get a worse orb buff on the second stage because we want to use Usopp Superclass. But yeah, like that actually doesn't matter. So you can use Bluegrass here to guarantee the full board because you can't get Super Tandem with this one. You don't have enough Straw Hats for Frankie's Super Tandem. And Nami Carrot give you a full board slot, so that's actually pretty good there. So, dude, Haley, I swear, I don't know, like, what happened, but, like, I cannot get this cat hair, like, off my nose. That means you need to be brushed today. I know for a fact. And yeah, like you said, like, just single pulls, they're just not as good, like, honestly. Dude, I see the cat hair, like, flying up. And she's just laying still. Like, what the hell? Sorry, chat, I cannot clear the stage. It's because, like, this cat is, like, sabotaging me. Thank God I took, like, dude, I can't even talk. Allergy medicine last night. My God, she's getting brushed, like, as soon as this stream's over, chat. Like, what the hell? Single pulls aren't as good until, like, you know, you get that bug like we had with that one anniversary, the Ifrit Sanji one, where I think we were talking about it before, where you could get, like, to the point where it's like a 50% chance for red poster, and then yeah, you do that, like, little bit there. You know, that would be cool. Who do we use here first? We use Hancock first. So this is really clutch. I wanted to show y'all how I set this up. I was talking about this in my video, but just so, or in my breakdown guide, but just so y'all can see. So since we have the Hancock counts as Logia Kuja, so that's one, and the 3 Straw Hats, we are able to make get an effect of her double stacking conditional buff. So then we're going to go ahead and use Usopp. We're going to get the target mark status on Ace. Once we activate Usopp here, we're going to get the... with his superclass, we get Orb buff also, by the way. So now we can go ahead and use Frankie. We're going to get the color affinity, and with the Zoro support there, you see reduces Ace's defense. It's by 80%. Super switch. Robin and Carrot here will get another set of resistance down. Activate her special. And then we're going to get our chain boundary, but also because of the Robin support we have here, we're going to get our second conditional buff there. And like I said, it is 1.3, but hey, this way we're able to double stack the conditional buffs, and there's no kind of like issue there. Why did, like, our captain ability not take effect there? Removes attack down, applied by enemy effect for 10 turns. And you see, that didn't remove our attack down when we got here? Rayleigh Gabon, what's going on here? Oh, shoot. I just realized, chat, it didn't remove our attack down. It didn't remove our attack down because they were binded. That's right. Okay. We're still doing bukus of damage, like, right now, so I'm not, like, worried about it. But I will, like... I don't think that's going to be an issue, like, while we're streaming today. I might have to check that out as, like... Probably as I'm farming it through the night and stuff. If that damage starts to get a little, like, close or whatever, it's no worry. We can replace, like, Bluegrass with anybody that removes attack down, and we should be good to go. Yeah, I didn't realize it because, like, we were binded there. I forgot, like, that actually wouldn't take effect of that. So let me just check, like, one thing real quick, chat. I'm gonna pull up the TM planner real quick, just to get, like, an idea of, like, who we could possibly use to remove attack down. So just bear with me, like, 1 second, chat. Just while I'm checking this out. Yeah, they got me there. I did not even realize that, chat. So we only need to remove 3 turns of attack down, because I could throw some supports on there to remove it. So let me just check through here real quick and see, like, who would be a good option we could throw on there. Who gets cooldown? Dex, quick in. Yeah, just give me 1 second while I check it out. Does Jinbei have double special launch? No, so this Jinbei would not work. He only removes 3 turns of it. I know I only said we would need 3 turns because of supports, but one of those supports was a Jinbei, so that wouldn't work. Let's check Chopper here. He reduces 5 turns of attack down. And what's that crewmate ability? Oh, that's not going to help any. Yeah, I don't think this Chopper would be ready. 12 turns. So let's see here. He would get 5 turns of cooldown. Let me just like run these numbers real quick in my head. You get 5 turns of cooldown, 2 from the ship, 2 for sockets. What's his max? $12 turns, okay. So he's at 9 from like just being a TM character. Or just being like boosted this TM. 2 from sockets, 2 from the ship, 2 from Rayleigh Gabon, he's at 11. So 12. So yeah, that Chopper would be ready. So I'll show y'all exactly like who I mean like once we get up here. So we would lose Bluegrass, but if we did it that way, so let me just like check here on my phone real quick. If we replace Bluegrass with Chopper, it doesn't change the amount of points that we get. We just need the 1 support to remove attack down. So yeah, we can easily like get that last slot of attack down removed with that Jinbei support. We reach the final stage, reduces attack down, bam, that's perfect. But there's one more thing I want to check, is just trying to see if I can get like a tandem orb on like Chopper there, because then we could get like Frankie's like super tandem. But just trying to check and see. Use their special. Changes orb of bright column characters into tandem. That one would work, but I would need another way to remove attack down because that's a Jinbei. That's actually the only way we could get tandem orb on Chopper. Let me just check here for one more thing real quick. Sorry about that, chat. Yeah, that actually threw me for a loop there. I didn't notice that at all. Checking Usopp now, because he's the other character we could get like a tandem orb with. No. No, okay, so if we change it to Chopper, we still wouldn't get the, if we change it to Chopper, we still wouldn't get the, attack down, or not the attack down, sorry, the super tandem. And unfortunately, he's not buffed by Usopp, which that kind of sucks. Let me check one more character real quick, because if we're not getting Super Tandem anyway, there might be a better character right here. She had double special launch. Damage reduction, double special launch, okay. She would be good to go. She's boosted by Usopp. So replace her, or replace Chopper with Komurasaki. And she removes how many turns of attack down? She removes 2 turns of attack down, so double special launch. I would need like 2 more turns removed. Let's check the supports real quick. Once per adventure, support character uses their special, reduces attack down by 1 turn. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna make a small change to that team, and then we'll be good to go. So give me 1 more second, just to make these quick changes. And now we're good to go. Let me just go ahead and like get a screenshot of this real quick for me, so I can like save these teams for later. Okay. So when we get to the Ace fight, I'm gonna make 2 small changes to the team. It is the same amount of points, which is great, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we'll be good to go there. And then if we need to change the ship, I will. Just to have like a chance for like more matching slots, like I was saying for that stage. We could probably switch to the Shark Superb. 2, 3, 4. Either the Shark Superb or God, what's the other one called, chat? Either the Shark Superb or the Whale Shark one will give us some more matching slots. I'm actually going to set the team up real quick. So where is Jinbei? Which support was it? Is it this one? Damn, I actually gotta look to see like which support it was for Jinbei. I hope I have this Jinbei. I do, he's right here. I just have no support on him. Yeah, right there, removes attack down. So I need to go level up this Jinbei real quick. And change this to Komurasaki. But she needs Ashura Doji. So this team actually will be a little bit stronger because we'll get an attack buff. We didn't have an attack buff before. So not only will we remove the attack down, we'll also get the attack buff. So I'll take that. Let's just change this ship so that we can get some more matching slots. To Whale Shark, we would get recovery because Usopp already gives us tandem matching. Where's Shark Superb? Shark Superb would give us Quick and Dex. Oh, but I don't have the second turn cooldown with the Shark Superb. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, because we need the cooldown for Rayleigh and Gabon. So yeah, we'll have to rock with this one. Reduce special charge time by 2. Okay. So at least, well, now we have recovery slots matching too. So let me, before I even forget, let's go power up that Jinbei. So let me suspend real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll fight Big Mom. Man, sorry about that, guys. I put a halt in our like TM like farming there because yeah, that threw me for a loop once I realized like, oh yeah, they're binded, so we actually don't get that buff. Which Jinbei was it? This one? Psi type. Oh shit, okay. No, we had that Jinbei good to go. It was just that it was Psi, so there was like the that wasn't right with the TM planner. Okay, back to this. Let me get a better attack down remover. Let me check one thing real quick. Alright, let me go back. Let me see if I have like this brook real quick. And if I have this brook, then we got everything figured out. We're good to go for a support. Actually, don't know if I do. I feel like I've never seen his art. I do have it. I've just never used them. Okay, clutch. So this brook here, Luffy, Usopp, we would get actually a stronger conditional buff. So put that on Usopp and change this Robin to Lilith. Am I blind? Here we go, attack down. When you use your special, reduces attack down by 1, and then check it for Komurasaki. When you use your special, boost attack, and reduces attack down by 1. Okay, so we're good to go now. Now we got it figured out. I just have to level up this Brook though, real quick, just to get his support. Alright, all that being said, monthly free discount would be maybe more than okay. They expire in 10 days anyways. Yeah, like, so even if it was a monthly thing, it's like you'd have to catch it on the right day, which sucks. Sorry about that, Mo. Hope you're still there rocking with us in the chat. Once I realized, like, oh, we didn't remove that attack down, I just had to make those changes real quick, so it's alright though. The team's gonna end up like is actually stronger. Yeah, sorry about that, Mo, man. I'm glad you're still there with us. That would be like the epitome of like technical difficulties. Dude, that threw me for a loop when I was like, why didn't they remove attack down? Like, this would have been like an error or something there, but then I was like, oh shit, they're binded. So since they were binded beforehand, they don't like get rid of it. Freaking sucks. I'm doing your grinds right now and just listening. Yeah, I'm glad you're just like here listening to me like ramble, like going through my thought process there like IRL, but or not IRL, like live, I mean. But it's funny, like we actually have a stronger team now because of that change. Because before we couldn't get an attack buff, now we can get an attack buff. We still have the required amount of straw hats that we're getting Hancock's double special launch, and now our defense conditional buff is going to be higher. So once I change it here, you'll see basically this is what we're doing. We're moving the Robin and we're going to put Lilith here, and we're mainly using her just to remove the attack down. She does give an orb buff to Cerebrals, but obviously we don't want that, so we're going to use Usopp's orb buff first. It looked like we didn't need this support on Usopp for the cooldown. Looks like we were good to go, so I'm going to remove it. And instead, if we switch to this Brook, He's going to give us a bigger conditional boost than that Robin was. And then with Ashura Doji on Komurosaki, we'll get the final turn of attack down removed from his support. And we'll also get an attack buff for our Slasher and Free Spirit, which we didn't have before. And there's a good bit of Free Spirit characters on this team, so... Either way, I think we're going to come out on the end with more damage than we were before. And Komurosaki is the same amount of point booster as, what was her name was? Bluegrass. So we didn't lose any, like, points there in that team comp. Alright, all that being said, let's jump back in here and, like, continue, like, our treasure map grind now by taking out Linlin here. I actually haven't even looked at the Super Evolved Linlin's like kit. I love the artwork. The artwork is badass. Like, I really like her whole like attacking like Kid Eva, holding like taking Kaido's like devil fruit from him. Very, very, very cool. The artwork is sick. Her regular kit's not too bad, so I want to see like what they do to like change it in the Super Evolution. So I am excited to like check that out. So we just go ahead, we just clear the stage, and no worries here. And then when we actually get to fighting Ace, I am gonna have to update my list of like specials now and make sure like I'm using them right. Or I guess not really. I'm just using Komurosaki where I would use Bluegrass, so there's not really an issue. It's really just a one character change. So we know Super Swap. And then Special first, so we can multiply the attack buff. Man, it feels like this content was made for like Usopp and Lilith. Literally, like, the only thing that like isn't for them is that the enemy's weak to fighter and they're shooter cerebral. But other than that, like, this content was like made for them. I know it's just because them and Sabo launch chain boundaries at the start of the quest, but what a perfect replacement for like if you didn't pull. You can go ahead, KO Kaido. And then once we get to Linlin here, Shanks Crew's working. I didn't even think about Shanks Crew. Yeah, you're right. And Shanks Crew is one of their variations is quick, so they would get cooldown. I actually didn't think about that. Yeah, Lilith Usopp is OP because of they have that really here we just super swap. That was all we needed. We didn't need their special. Lilith and Usopp is also like really strong because they have that like remove 3 turns of damage nullification. Is just so clutch. Launch Frankie twice there. And even though like we're overkilling here, I just want to show like you can get Frankie's super tandem. And then we can just tap through there. So there's all the buffs like you get stacked on there. Frankie also, by the way, when you double launch him, he buffs Kizaru's tap timing bonus, by the way. So you can just know that. So Frankie, he like buffs your, when you launch him twice, I think he buffs your color affinity also and Kizaru's tap timing bonus. So Frankie just gives you like some nasty damage there. He's pretty clutch. The Tesoro ship too. Yeah, cause it what was like the nerf they did to Tesoro ship? Because I remember it was bugged for a while. Oh, I think I remember. It was something like, because it has that effect where it extends those chain boundary effects and chain lock effects, but you have to have a certain amount of like, or a certain crew requirement for it, and I think the bug was that it just did it innately, and then I think they got rid of that. Tesoro ship though, if you build for it, it's not a bad option because of like the huge attack buff it gives you. It's just really, really, really good. Go ahead and land on that. Just some extra points and stuff, so that's cool. Big stack of points, nice. Help us get like a little bit further there. God, speaking of the Tesoro ship, man, when they did this update and it added that new, when I saw it said Training Forest Clown, like just while the update was coming in before we actually got in the game and didn't know that it was going to be a place where you could like a training dummy stage where you could just test your damage and stuff, which I'm glad they added that to the game at 100%. But when I first saw it said Training Forest Clown, I was so excited because I've been saying this for like a while. Whenever it's so rare we get new ships, it's so like rare that we get new ships. But I really, really want the Cross Guild ship added to the game. I think that would be so freaking cool. Like the Cross Guild ship would be badass. Like it's so cool. I think, like, when they released the TM Legend Buggy, I think they missed the opportunity of not doing the Cross Guild ship. This doesn't have to be, like, broken, but I think, like, that's a cool ship you could add into the game. Just in general. You could probably do, like, some fun stuff about it. So, I hope we get it eventually, and it would be cool to actually have it as, like, a training forest. I actually don't even have all the movie ships. I have the Grand Tesoro and... I don't know which others. I know I don't have most of, if all of the ones that you had to use berries to unlock. Like, Zephyrs, I'm pretty sure I don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have bullets. And I might have Shiki's ship, but I'm not sure about that one. I just know I have the Grand Tesoro. If Shiki's is unlocked by points, then I probably don't have it either. Actually surprised here last week at One Piece Day. The announcement that like it's cool that Pirate Warrior's still getting like more content and stuff like that. Like great for them. I've never played Pirate Warriors. I do want to like check out Pirate Warriors 4. But so it's great that like Inaru's getting added to the game. Who was it they announced they're adding? They're adding Inaru. I can't remember if it was Caesar, but I know Caesar, from what I understand, is in Pirate Warriors 3, but not 4. So he might be like a DLC character there, so it's cool Inaru's getting added. But Zephyr was the one that surprised me. Like, I was really surprised by that, because I would think, like, out of movie villains, out of like movie villains, not counting like movie characters, because like Uta got added like last year. Out of like movie villains, like I don't like Zephyr as much as I like Shiki, and definitely not as much as I like Guild Tesoro. I'm just gonna say that. I know Tesoro's playable in Burning Blood. I do have Burning Blood. I played it very little, but I know he's in it. But like, I just feel like Tesoro is, to me, he's like my favorite out of the One Piece movie villains. He's the coolest one. I really like his Devil Fruit ability. Zephyr is fine. I don't have a problem with Zephyr. I know a lot of people really, really like him, but he's not my favorite by far. I definitely like Tesoro a lot better, and Tesoro's story. Yeah, Tesoro's backstory is like a little sad. Like, Zephyr's backstory, it's like Zephyr's story, like I'll say this, Zephyr's story is a little bit tainted by what's going on with Aokiji. Because you got this guy that left the Marines and stuff like that and is like doing his own way for justice. But then as the manga kept going on after Film Z and stuff like that, and you see, oh, Aokiji leaves the Marines and he's like doing his own thing and stuff like that, and he was such a big guy in the Marines. Like, you know, there's just some similarities there. That's all I'm going to say. Like, so Zephyr, to me, he's hurt a little bit by what's going on with Aokiji. Tezora, like you said, good backstory. Definitely, like, sad, like, they humanize the villain a little bit. Kind of like what they do with Doflamingo, like, they humanize Dofi by showing, like, well, he was, like, treated horrible as a kid because he was a celestial dragon and all this stuff, so that's why he acts the way he does now. They did a good job, like, incorporating that, like, humanizing him, giving him a reason. Same thing like they do with Orochimaru and Naruto, like, Orochimaru's so evil and stuff like that, but then you see, like, at the end of his fight, when he dies, like, at the end of his fight with Sasuke, when he dies, you find out, like, oh, he was just doing all this stuff and trying to, like, learn to live immortal and reanimation stuff because his parents died. He didn't want anybody else he cared about to die. So stuff like that, like, that's what makes Tezoro, like, so, like, cool and stuff like that. In addition to awesome Devil Fruit, just the movie in general, Film Gold's really good. I think Film Gold is one of the best. It's probably like my second favorite after Film Red. And I would think it's the second best after Film Red. But it's hard to separate like how grand Film Red is from like just thinking about like the scripts themselves. Like, because I've seen both in theaters. I've seen Film Red and Film Gold in theaters. So trying to like separate from like the experiences of seeing them. Film Gold might be a better written story than Film Red. And I think that's not a far-fetched stretch like thing to say. But I think the overall presentation of Film Red, I do like it a little bit better. With like how they incorporate the music and all that stuff. But yeah, all that's to say, like, it really surprised me, like, Zephyr being included, especially over, like, Shiki with what's going on right now in the manga. I think Shiki would have been a cool addition to the DLC because obviously like they can't show him as like in the Rocks Pirates and stuff like that because they're not going to put something in Pirate Warriors so they haven't put in the anime. So they wouldn't show anything like that. But there's so much that they could draw from the movie for Shiki that they could have done. But either way, like, I mean, I think that's really cool that, like, they're continuing to update Pirate Warriors. So whenever I do get it, hell, it looks like I have, like, a whole game worth of stuff to check out. I will say, though, it was definitely interesting to announce, like, from my understanding, like it said, like, announcing, like, 2 character packs. And they said the first character pack would be Rob Lucci's the first character you get, CP0 Rob Lucci. And then it said, like, so he's probably going to be, like, awakened and stuff like that. And then it said, like, question mark, question mark. Then the next character pack was going to be Inaru, whoever the other character was. I think it was Caesar, but I might be wrong. And Zephyr. So I'm like, you announce all the characters for the later character pack, but only announce one character for the first character. Like, that was just a weird thing for me, Chad. I've never seen that on, like, anything like that. It was kind of strange. It was a choice. I'll say that. It was definitely a choice. Man, I got hella behind on my runs having to stop and edit that team. Because we are not making progress as fast as I thought we would be. But hey, that's fine. Like I said, I'm going to, like, be grinding the treasure map and stuff like that. Obviously off stream, we're gonna stream. We're not stopping anytime soon, but gonna be streaming like through or grinding the treasure map through tonight and tomorrow on stream anyway. So it's no biggie. At least, like, I will say this: I'm glad I noticed that immediately rather than wait till later and I'm like, why does my damage suck? And then notice it. So I'm glad we were able to like go ahead and like correct that problem like early, you know what I mean? Alright, don't go getting up. Don't go getting up. I was just petting you because you look sweet. Don't get up because God, I don't want you throwing more fur around. You're definitely getting brushed later. Yeah, I love this TM buggy. He's one of the, God, Buggy might be one of the last characters I could think of, at least like in terms of like TM batches and stuff like that, where the character in both rare recruits, like, I really didn't have a problem with, like, I didn't have a bad thing to say about any of them. I thought it's a great kit, like, they all bring together. Like, Ace, he was just a little too restricted with the character tags, and, like, what you would do with the character tags for the utility you would get, like, it just wasn't really like worth it. And the same with like Sabo, like, he's just not, he's a little too restricted in like how you gotta like make him work and stuff like that. But like I didn't feel like that, any issues like that with like Buggy. I don't remember the rare recruits that were with Stussy, but they don't stick out in my head as being as great as like that Croc and Mihawk were for Buggy. But I will say I'm a little bit biased there because I am factoring in that I love using the strength Blackbeard that bypasses defensive effects, and all three of those characters heavily support Blackbeard. Like, super support him. Alright, so we switch up our ship. We got, now we can get recovery slots matching too, so I can make it a little bit easier to get slots on stage 2. And we replaced through Komurasaki in here. So let's see what we get going here. So the attack down, hunger's removed by Rayleigh Gabon still because there's no change there. So super switch here. Go ahead, activate their special. Now we can go ahead and pop Usopp. And get the target mark status on Marco. Oh, shit. That's right. If we do that, then we get... That's going to trigger our defense down conditional. Okay. Let's relaunch that. Let's like jump back in here. We'll relaunch it and we'll see like how we do without the defense down. Because hey, we might not need it. I meant target mark status. Continue where we left off, yes. Okay. Rayleigh Gabon. Good to go. And okay, yeah, so we're still doing plenty damage there, so no worries right there. I think as long as we have like some good matching slots there, we shouldn't have to worry about using that target mark status. So now, if we do this, if we use Hancock, okay. Now we can go ahead and trigger Frankie here. That got the defense down on the enemy. We'll go ahead and use Usopp next. Now we got the defense down conditional. There's the full board of slots. Here goes one turn of attack down. And we don't have to worry about Lilith's buff because we already have the orb buff. Now if we use Komurasaki once, comes Ashura Doji, there goes the other turn of attack down. Now we got attack buff. We use Komurasaki again. And okay, cool. Good to go. So we can't use Usopp and Frankie twice. Doing it that way, but it's no biggie. Not too worried about it. And yeah, we didn't even have a matching slot there and absolutely smoked the enemy. We didn't even attack with the Dex character. So yeah, since we have the attack down removed, plus an attack buff, plus the we have a higher defense down conditional buff. Yeah, I'll say we're looking pretty good there. Good to go. Just one more thing I want to check real quick on the team, and then like I'm done. Okay. Just want to make sure we couldn't get a defense down conditional buff on Hancock, because if we could do that, then we could still get the target mark stats with Usopp, but we seem to be good. I think I'm just overthinking it. We're good to go. No worries with the damage. Just want to be sure I did take a picture or a screenshot of my updated team here. And go put that in Discord for me for later. So yeah, we don't need the guide anymore, so I can go ahead and like cut off my iPad. And just set it down real quick. We can go ahead and jump back in here. We're at 628,000 right now, so working towards our first million. Is your Discord alliance or community? That Discord I was mentioning, that's just a private Discord I have just for me and my wife that we use just for like memes or like if we need to save like links for like stuff, anything like that. So I have a section there where like basically I'll like save for me just like OPTC teams basically. So if I'm like using a Kazuna Clash, like for example, if I'm using someone's video, I'll put the video there for like a team building, and then I'll just put under it like literally like a stage thing, kind of like that. So that's what it is. That's just a private community just for like, we kind of use it as like for me and her just to like send memes to each other mainly, and also to organize our thoughts, like if we need stuff on there like that. For example, like one of them is for the treasure map, or not just treasure map, but OPTC. It helps me so that way when I'm like not streaming or anything, if I need to like check on like a team or anything, I can like, you know, close treasure or have Discord open up on my phone and switch back and forth. Like, you get what I'm saying, Mo. So that way I can have like my stages there. So that's just like a private one that I have. But we do have a Discord for our alliance, so we will share teams in there also. But that would just be more like, hey, what are you guys? Good luck on your pulls. Did y'all pull anything? How y'all like? Can you help me with like replacing the character here? Hey, B, thank you for stopping in on the stream. I assume you're on like lunch now or just a break, but thank you for stopping by. So we do have one for the Discord, and I do share in the OPTC community Discord. I will put my treasure map team video links in there, Mo. But as far as like a community like Discord for like streaming, for the Twitch stream, I actually am thinking about setting that up. So I am, like I said, I have a couple things I'm like trying to work on and like figure out, like the channel points, finishing getting all the emotes up like that. And then after I get like all the emotes figured out, the channel points set up, I definitely do want to set up a Discord community, because that was a big thing that I wanted to do with streaming, was start like a community and like just to enjoy playing games and just like experiencing these games together and stuff like that. So that is something that I actually am planning on doing here in the not too far future. Thank you so much, B, for stopping by and like saying that. I really appreciate that for you stopping by while you're at work to like poke your head in and say hey and everything like that. But yeah, thank you for saying like that would be like nice. That is definitely like an idea I have, because it would make it easier to for other people that watch, since obviously Treasure Cruise like a big game that I play and it's one that I really enjoy, for other people to be able to share their teams with each other and stuff like that. So it'd kind of be like an expanded like alliance one, but not just restricted to OPTC. It would also make it easier for, since I stream fighting games, to be able to connect with other people that play like the same fighting games or similar ones, and set up like matches with people in the community for like us to stream. Talk about like the RPGs we're playing through, or just like any chill stuff, animes we're watching. That was just my goal of it. Like I wanted to just foster like a fun, inviting community where we can just all enjoy these games like together and stuff like that. So, and I think a big part of that is because like my favorite genre to play is fighting games, and that is such a community-based thing. So it would help with like getting like matches set up and stuff like that. So. But trust me, Mo, like once I get that set up, I would like, say that, and of course like let you know, because you're pretty much like a mainstay in like the OPTC like chats and like OPTC streams. So I would definitely like mention it, like if I caught you, like say like if I launched it like and then talked about like a RPG stream or a fighting game stream, because I do those like later at night. When I caught you on the next like OPTC one, I would let you know, and I would like shoot you the link and stuff, definitely. I can't say for a fact how soon I would be setting up that Discord, but it is something that's definitely coming in the future. That's the best I can say, because I want to finish getting all the emotes set up first. And there is like 2 more like follower emotes I want to get set up, one of Asta and one of Haley. Austin, my cat, not the Black Clover character. Yeah, I'd like to set up emote of like Austin, Haley, so when they're on stream, people want to like put the little picture there. I like SAO too, but have no time for it currently. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I feel like I remember us like talking about like SAO and stuff like that. Man, we're getting close to finishing the SAO game we're on right now. We're getting close to finishing the 3rd one in the series, and Fatal Bullet is the next one, and I'm pretty excited about that one. That's the big one. That's the one everybody says is their favorite. That's the one I'm the most looking forward to. I've been looking forward to it. I've said it before. I bought Fatal Bullet when it was on sale because I like SAO, and then found out it was the 4th game in a series, and never played it because I wanted to pick up the other ones and play through them, obviously, to see the story in order. So to finally get to it, like, I'm really excited about that. We're close. We're getting super close. But yeah, that way we can like be in there and we can like just not just share the games and stuff like that, but just anything you do in another Discord community, like share memes, talk about like shows you're watching, animes, music, anything like that. So I'll definitely keep you like in the loop as I like get that going, but it would be further in the future, not like super far in the future, but it would be further as in like past at least. I want to finish up with the emotes first, like at least getting those set up. And then after filling in like the emotes, then I want to figure out, like I said, with the channel points, especially like how I can make it work for like. And I need to talk to like some of my friends too that also stream about what's a good like point value you would think for, hey, what character should I play for like when I'm doing a fighting game stream, stuff like that. So after I figure that stuff out, the Discord server is definitely like right around the corner, and it would work perfectly. Like fitting in, I think it would be the right time for it too, since we are so close to our 50 followers goal. So like getting the 50 followers, I think that's like a good like milestone too, to be like, hey, you know, we're launching like the Discord server. And I know it'd also help with like the community engagement, because like I said, that is a big part for me, is like I just want to like, I enjoy playing games. I think they're a lot of fun. I know that isn't like a groundbreaking statement, but some people, they just take them so seriously and stuff like that. And I just want to chill, have fun playing these games and sharing that with people. And if you stop by for one of my streams, like I'm excited to experience this game like with you. Like it's like a two-handed thing for me. Like one, I'm excited to like have for the future. Here's recordings of like me clearing these games, like my first time seeing them, stuff like that. But it's also like, hey, here's me getting to like share this with other people. I get a lot out of like both. I think that's a lot of fun and exciting for me. And I hope it's like exciting for like you guys too and fun also. Finish Fatal Bullet, Lycross, and Fractured Daydream. Grind really hard, but Hollow Realization didn't, but you have it. Hollow Realization, that's the one I'm on now, so Hollow Realization is the third one. Sad, Bestulous multiplayer is dead a few years ago. Would have been nice to experience. I'm not sure I know what Bestulous is. That doesn't sound familiar to me. Is that in SAO? Or is that an SAO game or a different game? Because that doesn't sound familiar to me. Fractured Daydream's the most recent one also, or am I mistaken on that? I got you. Sad because multiplayer is dead a few years ago. Would have been a nice experience. Yeah, I haven't done any multiplayer in Hollow Realization. Like you said, probably dead, I'm assuming. But the cool thing about Hollow Realization, I haven't done any of the multiplayer stuff. It does mention in game when I did unlock it, though, that you can do the multiplayer stuff solo. And it did say like the reason you would want to is because you can play at a higher difficulty than what the game is, and there's like specific like challenges in there that you can do that aren't in the regular game. So it's interesting to like, even if like the multiplayer is dead in the fact of like you're probably not going to find another random player when you're playing it, you can still at least like do like multiplayer like challenges, stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of like, you saying like that's kind of like, I've never played it, but I know like, the gist of it. Wait, why didn't I, remove their barrier? Oh, because I wasn't paying attention there. I was not supposed to super switch to Karina. I was just supposed to use Nami. Shoot, okay, that's not a big deal. They're not doing a lot of damage. Now their barrier's gone. Let me go ahead and pop Koala, at least to get a color affinity. Yeah, she didn't do a lot of damage. She's nowhere. Yeah, you saying that though, I've never played Monster Hunter, but it reminds me of like Monster Hunter when you put it that way, like taking out bosses in groups together, you know, leveling up, getting weapon drops. Also like Borderlands multiplayer. Reminds me of just like that, like well, I guess anything with like loot, you know, would kind of be like similar in that vein, so to speak. I will say this, man. When I was playing Hollow Realization, though, starting DLC 1, I was getting a little worried, Mo. I was getting a little worried. I was actually, like, looking up, like, offline, like, not spoilers, or off-stream, like, spoiler-free, because obviously I don't want to spoil the story, but I was, like, looking up, like, does the DLC story affect the story in Fatal Bullet, or can I just go into Fatal Bullet? Is it just going to continue from the main game story? And thankfully, like I said, it didn't, because I thought we had reached our stopping point in Hollow Realization, because that like DLC, we got this one name monster, we were just getting like stomped, like we couldn't go any further in the DLC. But thankfully, like, we hadn't done any of the sacrament invasions, the duels. Like, there was different stuff we could do to buff our characters, so we pulled back. We beat all the tier 1 sacrament invasions, we unlocked the tier 2 sacrament invasions. That gave us to where we could easily like grind this thing in the game called like skill fusions. And man, that first skill fusion for attack, the damage increase we got was so exponential that now we're on the second part of the DLC. So hey, we got stopped by one named monster, but we were able to like clear all the way through like the boss of that DLC. Which, by the way, it's funny, the boss of that DLC, the first DLC, was hands down the best boss in the game so far. Because like all the other bosses, it's so funny, like the other bosses in the main game, save for the last boss, it would say like, yeah, there's a strategy, like make sure you weaken the enemy here so that you can actually inflict damage to them and stuff like that. And it never mattered. Like, we would just chew through the bosses. We didn't even have to focus on them at all. We just didn't even have to like really like focus. It was just do damage, and we would kill the boss. Save for the final boss, they had a gimmick. But that like setup actually worked with the boss of that DLC, and it was so cool. It was so fun. Like it was awesome. So yeah, and right now we're on the second of the third Abyss of the Shrine Maiden DLCs, and then once we finish them, we're gonna jump into Fatal Bullet. Yeah, I know Fatal Bullet's like, it's funny, like you had Re-Hollow Fragment as just set up in that like gameplay style, like you were saying, where like most SAO games are like built like that, because Re-Hollow Fragment was a re-release of the updated version of the first game, and the first game didn't have the hollow area. So the hollow area is kind of like a DLC, and it is like way harder, way harder, to the point that the Grand Quest we didn't finish. Like, albeit the Grand Quest doesn't affect story. I was mainly just playing like, let's clear the story and stuff like that. So we cleared the story, but we didn't clear the Grand Quest. It was just too hard. I didn't want to like. It would require, like you said, like a lot of grinding just to like be able to like get through the Grand Quest and all that, and we didn't even get story stuff. I'm trying to see the story unfold through these 6 games. But the structure of Hollow Fragment, great game. Then you go into Lost Song, and Lost Song, I just really wasn't like a fan of. Like, it's so short story-wise. There's no DLC like thing edit. There's nothing that expands the story. The gameplay is just completely different, and it's not nearly as fun as like Hollow Fragment was. And I'm assuming they knew that when they like made the game, because when you look at Hollow Realization, it is like just a completely improved everything that was good about Hollow Fragment, but better. And that's why I love Hollow Realization. And then I know Fatal Bullet, once again, another gameplay change, because now you have to include the guns. So I know it's just totally different like that. So it's just interesting to see, like, after Fatal Bullet, because we've had game type A, you would say, into type B, back to A, it's just improved, into C for Fatal Bullet. I'm interested to see what the final two games are going to be like. If they're going to play like any of the prior games before, if they're going to take a new step in the direction. It's just interesting when it's a story that carries through all, that there are these gameplay changes. But if it was going to make sense for anything, it makes sense for SAO because of them changing between SAO, Alpine Online, GGO, Underworld. Like, since they're changing it, it does make sense, right? Even Ordinal Scale in the movie. So it's funny, like, if it was going to make sense for anything, I guess it makes sense for SAO. It's funny you saying, like, you grinded Fatal Bullet like crazy. I know a lot of people did. Like, it's so fun. Like, that's what made me want to get Fatal Bullet, was I heard, like, how many people say, like, how good it is and how fun it is. And like I said, I just didn't play it because, like, I got it on sale, and then I didn't play it because once I saw, like, well, I'm not going to start at game 4. That's just how, like, my brain works and stuff like that. So I was like, let me go all the way back. Let me start at the beginning, work our way through it. And that was like the first... That was really what we had streamed a little bit before, but that's really what, like, got us started streaming, was doing that. Was starting with the first SAO game and going through it. We just mainly streamed, like, fighting games and stuff before the... That was the first game we, like, played through fully on stream, so that was pretty cool. So I can't imagine how it's going to be when, like, I clear the 6th game. But yeah, I can't wait for Fatal Bullet. I know it has the 4 DLC passes. I have, like, I got ones on sale, like the deluxe edition, so I have, like, I have everything. I have the main game, all 4 DLCs, so I'm excited to get in there and, like, just play through it. Like, it's so cool, like, all the stuff I've seen about it. Obviously I haven't seen any story stuff, but the setup for it in Hollow Realization was really badass. Like, it was really, really, really cool how they set it up. And that's what's got me so excited to play, and that's where I thought, like, the DLC of Hollow Realization probably isn't going to affect the story of Fatal Bullet. But it was just really... Damn it, I forgot she gives damage reduction. It doesn't matter, it's only a 20% damage reduction, so I'm not like, worried about it. I just gotta remember to use Stussy before I use Linlin. The game is crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like, everybody keeps gassing it up and saying how good it's all I've heard for so long. And it's funny, like, universally, I've seen, like, reviews after the 6th game came out. Everybody says, like, it's so funny, like, universally, I've seen the 3rd game and the 4th game are the best. It seems like universally, if you've played all 6, most people will tell you Fatal Bullet and then Hollow Realization. And Hollow Realization is my favorite right now. But again, I haven't started Fatal Bullet yet. But I can imagine, like, from the stuff I've seen, the stuff I've heard, like, I'm excited for it. The story setup for it, Mo, was so cool because since you have, like, those, like, side quests with every character and they all have, like, their own story, etc. Just like you would expect in any RPG or stuff like that. All your companions, they have, like, their own little story, stuff like that. Since Fatal Bullet, just from everything I know, like, spoiler free from everything I know, and from what I can relate to, this is a side story. It's a completely separate parallel universe than the anime. But I'm not a fool. I know if they're in GGO, they're going to be fighting Death Gun. The way they set that up It's crazy, like, it actually stunned me. Like, it got me so hyped for it, dude. So I'm playing through Sinon's, like, storyline. And this is, like, optional stuff. Like, you don't have to do these side stories to finish the game. And I know some people, like, they don't because they're like, well, I don't like how, like, long, like, those visual novel sections are. It's just all dialogue, stuff like that. But doing Sinon's, you meet, like, Richter. You know, it was her friend that she had in school that is Deathgun's brother in the anime. So I see him and I know who this is because I have my knowledge from the anime. But of course, this is a different storyline, so I'm like, man, how are they going to work this in here and stuff like that? This is like a bad guy. Like, this is not a good dude. This is like a rat bastard. And the way they like work it in there is just, it's crazy. It's so cool because like you come to Sinon's rescue, you help her and stuff like that, and like everything from him, like just being a bad person, like attacking her, all that stuff. So then you go from there. At the you finish Sinon's whole quest line, and she like thanks you and stuff like that. You think it's over, but then you get like another like event later on, where you go and you're sitting at the cafe as Kirito. You're sitting at the cafe, and here comes the dude. So Richter comes up. And immediately when he talks, you, the player, recognize this is his brother because you recognize the voice change. Same avatar, but you recognize the voice change. And he literally like does the threat to like Kirito and basically says like, you may be the top guy here in oh god, what is it? Sword Art Origin. You may be the top guy in Sword Art Origin. But trust me, I'm going to be coming for you in the future. I have not forgot what you did to us. And he basically, like, he just threatens Kirito like that. And he's like, I'll be seeing you very soon. And, like, just leaves. And Kirito's like, who the hell was that? That wasn't, like, Richter. That was somebody else. And he's like, what could have happened to us in the past? So, like, Kirito, like, obviously doesn't know it's Red Eye Zaza now. Death Gun. But it's just so cool that, like, here's a side quest that you didn't have to do. But if you didn't do it, you're missing the introduction of the antagonist for the next game. Like, it's crazy setup. Like, it definitely had me, like, popping off. Like, it was wild, dude. When I saw that mode, I'm telling you, like, I like, yelled on stream because it was so hype. Funny enough, like, that was, like, the biggest advertisement for the game to me. Like, yes, I've heard, like, how good it is from so many people and stuff like that. But that was the biggest selling point for me is, like, you introduce the antagonist of the next game to the character like that. Like, that tease was so cool. It was genius. Like, it was actually, like, to me, thinking about, like, Bandai doing that, that's genius because, like, that... It really is like an advertisement for the next game. Like, they're literally saying, like, here's just a little preview of what's coming. It's so cool. But yeah, we're slowly but surely making our way through SAO. I guess not, like, slowly, because we're literally about to be halfway done with them. Once we fully finish this game, but... Alright, what do we roll there? A 3? Let me go this way because I could potentially get a stamina refill after fighting Teach. Alright, I'm gonna fight Linlin real quick, and I'm gonna take a quick break just to go, like, stretch my legs and run to the restroom real quick. And grab my other water just so I have it within arm's reach when I finish my bottled water. And then we're going to keep streaming. Keep going for a while, like I was saying. wait to go out to eat tonight. So excited. Like, my ass so excited. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, okay, so in like 3.5 hours. Like, that's sorry, chat, man. That's terrible. I'm just excited about it. I mean, I guess who wouldn't be excited about like their favorite restaurant? And I'm interested in seeing tonight or tomorrow when we get the Kazuna Clash like data download, what characters are going to be in the Kazuna Clash, because I feel like, and Totsuki mentioned this and I totally agree when I was watching his like Hancock like showcase video. Definitely Hancock is missing a new Sandersonia and or Marigold support, or not support, rare recruit to like go with her. This also like powerhouse like striker and quick, since she needs 3 quick characters. So it would suck if the Kazuna Clash, like they said, hey, here's like a Marigold and Sandersonia like rare recruit, because like I'm not pulling for rare recruits, chat. Like, let's just be honest. It's not even going to be a Super Boss Kazuna if my memory's correct. I think, yeah, we just had the Super Boss Kazuna. So it would suck that we just didn't get them on the same, like, banner like that. But I also wouldn't be that upset about it, just because, like, she does need the support at least somewhere in the game. So it's like if I got them like later on, you know, or anything like that. But I definitely think like if she had like a unit that was just to save space on your team, I think maybe like it doesn't have to be a dual unit, it could be a fake dual unit of Sandersonia and Marigold. Just as long as they're quick powerhouse striker. That'd be really cool. A dual unit I think would actually be better as long as they were both sides were quick. I think that would be pretty cool. Just so that way we could get the switch effect too, and like maybe the switch effect does something like something nice. At least it's something extra to the character. I will say this though, that I haven't seen like really like nobody mention or like bring up or talk about is the recent buff with the version update to Ace Whitebeard added those Marine Ford characters, or specifically the characters that helped Ace escape from Impel Down, or attempted to help Ace escape, and they escaped themselves. That character is powerhouse. Both sides of the dual unit is quick, and Hancock was one of the characters that got added in that buff. So I haven't seen like anybody like really talk about like that. So I think that's really cool. And obviously, not only did Hancock get added to that, that's a quick powerhouse character, so it fills the need of quick. They have powerhouse, so there's some synergy there with Hancock. But also, that Ace and Whitebeard, since Ace is on there, it would count as a Logia type. So that also fulfills some of Hancock's requirements. You know, being Ace, they benefit from having Luffy on the team, so that synergizes well with Hancock. So that character did get a buff there, and I just feel like I haven't really seen anybody like mention that part about Hancock, because she is now like a really good complement to that team. Interestingly enough, like I haven't seen anybody like bring that up. But it's definitely something that I noticed, and I really appreciate like them doing that. it gave that Ace and Whitebeard more flexibility because they're not as dependent on like having like Whitebeard characters. Because they're like, okay, well, even without like the Whitebeard characters, you also get, you know, these benefits here of like at least it's like a strong like powerhouse like character, stuff like that. So. Okay, from here, go activate Kobe. Oh yeah, I was gonna, after I take out Teach here, we'll see if we get the stamina refill, and then yeah, I'm gonna take like just a quick break, stretch my legs, and then run to the restroom. Easy, easy. But it's because we ran into him, like, literally ran into Teach on the maps. You know, like when you run into them on the map, they're like hella weak. Alright, this stamina refill's 4-way. Rolled a 3, but I think we have a guaranteed 1. C chart. Nice. Take that. Yeah, we have a guaranteed 1. I'll go ahead and use it now. Just because, like, we're 1 away from Uno's 1, we could be 1 away from a stamina refill, you know what I mean? Even though, like, we're overcharged for stamina now, like, I'm cool with it. As long as, like, we had more than 50% of it, that's cool. Because, you know, like, I think the minimum stamina refill is 50. I don't think you can get 25%. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go this way just for the coin. And no, I did remember, I still am going to take a break. I'm just going to get to the boss first. And as long as we roll a 2, we're there. Yeah, okay, cool. 2 exactly. Alright, I'll be right back, and then we'll pick up where we left off. Give me just 1 second, chat. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, chat. I am back. I did cut this iPad off, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, Haley. Let's move this out of the way if you want to lay down some more. Yeah, if you want more room. Alright, got my waters. Good to go. Oh, and here comes little man. He just got up. I had to go check on him also, laying in the other room, make sure he was okay. Just laying in the bed, looking out the window. You might come get in the window up here, or you might come lay on the couch with me and Haley if there's room. Might have to move that iPad again somewhere else. Let's see if it'll fit on the shelf right here on the coffee table. Maybe. Oh, cool. Okay, so that fits there. So that way, if he wants to lay up here, he can. Sometimes, usually when we're streaming at night, they will both lay in the lay on the couch while I'm streaming. Sometimes, not all the time, because he is not a fan of streaming. He does not like it. I don't see how he could understand who I'm talking to, since he doesn't see anybody here and he knows I'm not talking to him, but he does not like the streaming. Keep an eye on the chat, Haley. See, this is exactly why I want Austin Haley emotes. So they can drop them in the chat for you, Haley, when you get up there and check on them. Be careful, be careful. Just don't knock the computer over, okay? Okay, good girl. Good girl. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for bumping my head. This is the only place she'll bump my head is when I'm sitting on the couch. She gets back here. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, that was mean. You shake where I petted you. That was very nice. The other one's over here just staring at me. Just sitting on the ground, like off stream chat, just staring at me like he's in disbelief. He's seeing me like pet and give her affection. He's over there looking like, you motherfucker. I can't. Damn, you alright? Don't fall. And don't put a hole in the couch trying to hold on just because you're clumsy. Told you shouldn't be over there stepping on my heating pad controls, and that's why. You're gonna fall. He's a very, 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 very good cat. Whoa, hey, as I say that, damn! Good lord, Chad! Okay, forget what I said. These are terrible cats. My god. I cannot believe that. I'm gonna clip that later because the timing of that was outrageous. This is a very good cat. She starts damn clawing at the couch. What the hell? I'm gonna clip that later because that was just ridiculous. Like the timing on that. Dude, hang on, chat. Hey, stop. Dude, then the other one went over there and started fighting behind the computer. Okay, forget what I said. Y'all are not good cats. Y'all are terrible. Dude, come on, guys. Killing me here. I cannot believe the timing on that. That was insane. Honestly, I shouldn't be surprised. Like, these cats act out all the time. Insane, dude. You got any pets, Mo? You got any cats or any dogs? Just back in here, my man Buggy. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't take mine. I need the bonus points. No, you don't. Okay. Hey, listen, Mo. If nothing else, they keep you entertained. They keep you entertained. They keep you guessing. So I actually don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I still can't believe she started tearing that up like that within seconds of me saying that. Like, God. I'd say some days it's good, some days it's bad. But at the end of the day, I will say this: they are both really sweet. They're really good cats, and the fact that like both of them, it's like the day we got each one, we didn't get them together, we got them separate, but from the same rescue, just like a year or two apart, maybe a year and a half apart. Both of them are immediately. You could tell they were just by their mannerisms, how they are towards me and like my wife. They're just so like receptive and like thankful that they were rescued. So it just that makes you feel like just really good because they're such like sweet cats, and like you could just tell they were so happy like from the start. Each one we brought them in, so I think that was that makes you feel really good because you're like. You care about them, but to see like how happy they are, like it just means a lot. It's hard to explain, but I'm sure you get what I'm saying. And other viewers, when I put this on like YouTube and stuff, will get what I'm saying. Like it makes you feel really good seeing like your pets like be happy and get to live that kind of life, and like you get to give them that kind of life. I'm sure like. It's the same for people that have like kids, like they feel the same kind of way. I know that from like people in my family, like about like my aunts, talking about like my cousins and stuff like that. It's very and my friend just had his second kid. I know exactly what they mean. Actually, two of my friends both had their second kid. I know from them talking about like it's very fulfilling getting to see like them be happy, and I definitely get that from the pets. I'm over here talking nice about them, and I thought I was gonna have to get on one of them again because he went into the kitchen. He knows he ain't supposed to be in there, and I thought he was a second from getting on that stove. He just turned around and he just walked back out. What's up, Asta? You bored? Trying to get some matching slots here. There we go. Alright, yeah, we should easily get through this now with a matching slot on Hiyori and Usopp at a minimum. Because, yeah, we get the slot here on Rayleigh Gabon, but they don't get, like, type advantage. Or I'm tripping. Their Super Switch does not give them a matching slot. I just hallucinated that, I guess. Oh, I didn't even realize we had one on like Frankie too and stuff like that. I'm missing some of their Super Switch. Does it remove like fear or something like that? Because why did they get the matching slot like afterwards? Or is it in their captain ability? Oh, makes Psy Dex matching. I get it. Because they switched into the other one, that's why the count as a match slot towards Frankie, because it didn't count when he was Gabon, it counted when he was Rayleigh and when they like use their special. I understand. Use this, get a conditional buff. And Frankie. You had any luck with your free pulls, Mo? That they given us for the 10 days? You get anything like good? Anybody new? I'll say I got that recent end of month Vegapunk they had, the Vegapunk and Kuma. I got Vegapunk, still don't have Kuma. The ones that I want though that I don't have is Mr. One and Mihawk from the Zora batch. I have King. And I maxed... Whose Rush did I max? I maxed Magma Kaido's Rush. And there was someone else's Rush I maxed yesterday. I actually can't remember who off the top of my head. But I was pretty happy with that so far. Obviously, the character I want the most, more than anything though, is the damn Super Suko Fest exclusive Big Mom. Still don't have her, so fingers crossed to get her in like one of these last like 3 days coming up. Actually, cannot. God, whose other Rush did I max? Oh, Law versus Blackbeard. So maxing that Rush, I was actually really happy about, because think about all the buffs Law just got. So I was happy to like max his Rush. I actually want to check one thing real quick in my character box. Go to Ace. Whitebeard. So I only just recently got this character, so I don't have them like upgraded. Yeah, see Hancock counts there. Can be launched as a crewmate too. I forgot about that. So Hancock's been launched as a crewmate also. Is there Rush? Is it a first tap? Okay. That's all I wanted to see. Oh, actually, one more thing. They're Powerhouse Fighter, okay. So they're not even Striker in Whitebeard's form. That's what I wanted to check on. Interesting. But either way, the Powerhouse portion of Hancock, like, those two characters, like, that they go hand in hand together and they help each other get their EXs, super classes, stuff like that, so... Hang on 1 second. Okay, unless I go insane, this is the last time I compliment these cats on stream. The reason I had to jump up was I could hear... I could hear Austin there jumping on... I could hear he was climbing the bookshelf in the bedroom from in here because I heard like stuff like rattling on it. That's why I had to go in there and like get him down, and then shut the door. So I had to tell him, hey, you can't get in there. You can't go in the bedroom right now. You lost your privilege to it. I mean, damn. Last time I compliment them on stream, I talk about how good they are and stuff. And they start tearing up the couch, climbing the bookshelf, fighting. I mean, my God. You'd think they knew what I said. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, please get in the window and, like, take a nap. Please. Alright, so, yeah, sorry about that, Mo. Sorry about that, rest of chat. Yeah, they were decent. Got the last copy for Dorian Bragi. Nice. Got new Vegapunk, 1 copy. Same for me. Vegapunk, it was my first time getting the new Vegapunk also. Int Yamato, 1 copy, level limit break 4. Very nice. I don't know where mine is. I think she's max rush. She might only be level limit break 3. Zoro and Sanji 1 away from being level limit break 5 max. That's what's up. I think I'm 1 away from Zoro and Sanji being Super Tandem 5. So I need 1 more copy. Just to max your Super Tandem, but I still got a ways to go for level limit break 5. But yeah, like I was saying, mine most important thing for them was Vegapunk was the only new legend I got. I got a 2nd copy of the Zoro Badge King because I really like him, so I was glad to get another one of him. I don't think he has a premium like potential ability. If I remember correctly, I don't think he has Super Tandem Rush, nothing like that. Final Tap, but he is just such a great captain. I would love to get him limit break 5 and level 150 at some point because he's a beast. Like what he does for is it powerhouses or driven that he buffs? I think it's like powerhouse. No, I think it is driven. I think it's driven, slasher, and dex. But to be able to remove 10 turns bind, 10 turns despair, he's just a beast. Like, he's super cool. So, getting another copy of him, hey, I'll take it. And the other ones, like I said, I maxed Law versus Blackbeard's Rush, which is big because of all the buffs that just happened with Law. And I maxed, who was the other Rush that I maxed? Magma Kaido. I maxed his rush ability. Which I know some people Magma Kaido's fell out of favor with, but I still like him. I think he's a good unit. I still get use out of him like every now and then. He is a strong like strength character. He does have a good rush. And I have Tobi Roppo too, so I know if you have Tobi Roppo, they're the ultimate complement to Magma Kaido. I know not everybody would have them since they're a restricted Kazuna Legend. They're not the best unit, but paired with Magma Kaido, they actually are like not bad. Like they are, I won't say like they're great, but putting them on the team to get their Super Tandem and stuff like that, like they're good with Magma Kaido. Like that's all that matters. I even said that where like Toadski was talking about on social media about the characters, like they're universally loved, hated, stuff like that, controversial ones. I even said like mostly disliked for strength. I did say Tobi Roppo because I said most people don't like the unit and they're not great, but if you use them as intended and pair them with Magma Kaido, like I don't see what's not like there. They're good with him like that. We'll try and take out Linlin here. But yeah, 3 more days of the pulls. Hopefully, hey, maybe me and you, hopefully we can get some new units. I really want, really want that, after I knock out Linlin, I can go back and we can go over what Magma Kaido and Tobi Roppo do, so we can see how they synergize. Let me cook her real quick. I know the main thing about why they're good together is Tobi Roppo allows you to get the Super Tandem with Magma Kaido, because his rush he has to be like a 2nd tap. So you would like tap with them first, then Magma Kaido, and then whoever else to trigger the Super Tandem. So he fits good in like their chain with them like that. Because the other unit that works good with him was that free-to-play, like, lead performers. Because they're like a one-tap super tandem or something like that, I think. But obviously, since they're free-to-play, they're not as good. So let's go ahead and we'll suspend here. We'll go check. I know Magma Kaido does like increased damage taken and stuff like that, so we'll start with him first. So let's go to Kaido. So yeah, max his rush like I was thinking yesterday. Great support, by the way, for Linlin, Jack, Orochi, and Queen. 18 attack, base attack buff is just... I mean, hey, you gotta be Einstein, that's really good. Right here, Osti playing. If you heard that meow out loud, he's trying to let everybody know he's having fun. So when any two are on the crew, and you got Linlin, King, Queen, Jack, Orochi, Kanjuro, and then all the Tobiropo, gives you 1 turn cooldown, which is good. Top row slots Wano, increased damage taken status, ignoring immunity, and further increases increased damage taken, super powerhouse, super strength. So he'll give you 2 times increased damage taken, or just buff your increased damage taken if you already got it. His rush, final battle, 2nd or 3rd tap, the same. You have to have at least 2 of the characters. And there's the stats on the rush. So goes through strength characters, +5 chain multiplier and rush attack boost of 2, powerhouse and strength. And then if you check here, strength powerhouse, charge time by 2, boost attack 5.75, 6 when they have a Wano slot, 1.5 HP, so he's a beefy boy. And he's like the improved version of V1 Kaido, because you see he does the damage at the end of turn to all enemies, so has the utility, you don't ever have to worry about resilience. Deck slots automatically becomes Wano, so he can't have a badly matched slot naturally. When you tap on him with a Wano slot, he reduces duration of enemy barriers by 1 turn. I actually forgot he reduced barriers by 1 turn if you have a Wano slot. Totally forgot about that. And applies ignited status to all enemies for 3 turns. I remember he did ignited through immunity if you had Wano. I actually really forgot that he did the barrier removal, so since he can do his rush from a 2nd tap, you could just remove the barrier on your 2nd tap and then have it for everybody else with the rush bonus added on there. It's not bad. And then when taking damage from the enemy, he applies increased damage taken by 2 turns for 10 turns, ignoring immunity to all status effects. So that way, if you're hit with a preemptive, he'll, like if you're hit with an HP cut, he'll just throw that back on him. And then you can buff it again by 0.25. So if the HP of the enemy, the highest HP is more than 1 million, deals 1 million damage, ignoring all defensive effects and normal attacks deal 1 damage, so he automatically million damage, so he can wave clear enemies even through non-normal attacks like mob characters and stuff like that, which is great. Underrated effect. That's really good on like the Zoro that does that too. I made great use of that in a treasure map a while back to clear some mob units. Boost strengths and powerhouse slot characters, or boost strength and powerhouse of slot effects by 2.75, 3 for 2 turns. If they have a Wano slot, by 3. If he is one of your captains, he does increased damage taken, or he does boost damage, increased damage taken by 3, and then after that you get it again for another turn. So he's going to give you your slot buff and a conditional buff, basically, which you want to likely for there. So then when you look at the Tobiropo, this is his best friend. So Super Tandem, I got it at level 4, so it only requires 1 other character being on there. So Kaido, King, Queen, Jack, Orochi, Kanjuro, and then Hawkins, Apu, or Linlin. So a lot of similar characters there. They both proc it for each other. You get a tandem boost at max level of 2 for Powerhouse and Driven. And they just get the added effect of reduces the enemy's threshold damage reduction and defense up by 1. But you know, usually you try and remove it yourself anyway. Captain ability doesn't really matter because you're never going to use them as captain ability for their captains. So like, I'm not going to really read through this. There's not even like any utility through it or stuff like that. The most important thing is they do change your quick slots into Wano so you can get more. But like, we don't need to worry about that. We'll check like their crewmate abilities first. So Psy and Tandem slots for your Powerhouse Driven. So more matching slots. And top row basic character attack buff. So ideally, again, you'd have Magma Kaido there. They're buffing Magma Kaido. This can't be launched from crewmate, right? No, okay, yeah. What does their super type do if you're taking them as captain? Extends the duration of type affinity buffs by 1 turn. Changes your right column slots into Wano. Again, you would want to have that on Kaido, essentially. So like, they'd be better as a friend captain in that regard if you had to take them as captain. And applies increased damage taken to all enemies by ×2 strength into super strength. Again, not through immunity though, so if you can get it, Kaido will buff it, but they're just not really good as captain. Here's mainly where they are. Reduce Rainbow Shield by 10 turns. Great. Great utility. Deals damage to an enemy, so damage on special. If you have type effect when specials launch, they're going to give you an attack boost. Remember, Kaido buffed to orbs. And boost your chain multiplier by 1.8 for 2 turns. If your captain slot is Simla or Wano, again, Kaido will give himself a Wano slot. Changes the attack multiplier Tandem, Simla, and Wano slots to 2.75, which is great. And after that, boosts the type effects of normal attacks for Powerhouse Driven by 2.75, so big type affinity buff. And changes this character's slot, including block, ignoring the ability to change Super Block, Wano, and Simla to Tandem, so you can guarantee that you're going to get the Super Tandem for Kaido. So great, like, absolutely perfect. Great character to have with Magma Kaido. It's a 1-tap Super Tandem, so probably ideally what you would want to do is use Tobi Roppo and one of these other characters, not Kaido, first. Get the Super Tandem to proc, since it's just them and one other character. Then, since Magma Kaido works on a 2nd or 3rd tap for his rush, the 3rd tap, get Magma Kaido to go. So actually synergizing them together, Tobi Roppo is not a bad unit at all. People will tell you this is a bad unit, but they're not bad at all. Like, people overrate like how bad they are, I would say. And not a bad support. If you buff slots with one of the recommended characters up there, you'll reduce Rainbow Shield by 2 turns. So not a bad support either. So people will like look you in the face. They'll tell you Tobi Roppo is awful. They're not. Like, people really were trying to make it out like they were dead on arrival when they like got dropped in the game. Are they like game breaking or meta changing? I don't know if I would say that. But I would 100% say, like, they're not a bad unit. Like, they are really good with Magma Kaido. Because you gotta think, like, in this era of OPTC, hybrid captains is such, like, a strong, like, part of the meta. Like, you generally always hybrid your captains. Just so you can get, like, extra utility, like, different stuff like that. So you only need like Magma Kaido on there like once. You can only trigger 1 rush anyway. So you only need 1 of him. So if he's either your captain or your friend captain, that fulfills 1 of them. If 1 other spot is filled up with Tobi Roppo, that's not bad in my opinion. That leaves you 4 other spots to build like a pretty like nasty like powerhouse team, more strength focused, but a powerhouse team. And I've been able to synergize them really well with characters like the Blackbeard that bypasses defenses effects. Just for that great utility that he has there. Obviously, like, Conjuro supports Magma Kaido, but Conjuro is not a... Toby Robo is a lot better than Conjuro. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. People will try to act like they're as bad as Conjuro, and no, or Kazimbo, whatever you want to say, and that's just a straight up just lie. That's not true. Toby Robo is a way better support than Kazimbo is. So you can like easily like build like a good like strength powerhouse team to clear like content, or even just a powerhouse team in general, just because like they do have like good benefits to them. They're not as bad as people think. I'm not going to sit here and tell you like they're absolutely required for your account. You definitely need them. They're that good. Because unfortunately Magma Kaido has been power crept. He's not bad. He's not as bad as people want to act like. He definitely hasn't been power crept that bad, because again, like, hybriding captains is a thing. Like, yes, it would definitely hurt your team to run 2 of them, but that being said, like, hybriding him with someone like, just literally like, just any other captain that's going to give you utility, like, why not? Like, he's good. He works good with the Strength Film Red Luffy also, by the way. And Strength Film Red Luffy, I actually do use them together. When I do use Magma Kaido, he works so well too, because he's like powerhouse, and he also he has that great final tap, so he can give you your final tap. So that way you can get Super Tandem, Rush, final tap. Used to be a really good team. Not a bad Kazuna team for a lot of stuff, because of the utilities that they provide. Honestly, still a good core for certain Kazuna teams, because if you're fighting like a Dex boss, I mean, that's a lot of strength damage, or if you're fighting a boss that's weak to powerhouse. Oh, I forgot to use Ryukuyu first, but it's no problem. I'm not going to use those wheels to get that 2 right there, because we're at 152, or we were at 158 before we used it, and we're close to like leveling up anyway, so we'll just we'll hold on to our cards there. Nice, 100% chance to like get a navigation increase of 2. I'll take it. I will take that. Let's see if we can get more points. Alright, let's go into this fight here. Alright, goodbye, Haley. Oh, there's water closer to me. That's your player ID if I want to add you. Dope. Alright, I will get you. Let me finish this TM run. We'll jump in there and I'll shoot you a ad, because I do have room on my friends list, definitely. So yeah, I got you. And as soon as I clear, take out Ace on this rush, clear this map, I will go add you. Or not add you, but you know, send you the ad for then you to add me. The request. Okay, so Kobe. I have no idea what they could. I have no idea what they could do for the Kazuna. I mean, they could literally do anything, as we saw like last month. Which I know some people again like they were like, oh, I wish there was like a more consistent theming of like last month. It didn't bother me at all. I actually like the variety of having like here's like a young Ace batch, and you can tell it was young Ace because Blackbeard looking like this, like how he looked on Whitebeard's crew. So of it being like young Ace batch for TM, summer batch for end of the month. God, what was the other one? The Crocodile and Robin for Kazuna, and then the Doflamingo. So that was kind of like a Seven Warlords batch. And then doing now the end of the month they said here's the God Valley one, and then TM here's Sabo, or here's like a Revolutionary Army one. So literally, who knows like what they could do for the Kazuna? But I'm interested in like seeing what it could be, because like I think that's pretty exciting, like the variety that they had. So it could literally be anything, like keeps us like guessing and stuff like that. A late summer thing could be an idea, like they could do like, you know, another like festival wear like character like in a yukata. I wouldn't be upset about that. I don't know who they would pick, but I think that'd be cool, like another like yukata character. I'm trying to think of like a female character we hadn't got like representation for in terms of like a legend in a while. Maybe they could do like a yukata like Carrot maybe. I would say Perona, but we did just get the super evolution of Perona, so I don't know if they would do that. Yukata Bonnie, maybe? Something like that. I hope no Super Sugo for this Kazuna. I don't think for the Kazuna next week, I don't think it would be a Super Sugo. Yeah, so I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I don't think it would be a Super Sugo Kazuna. Just because One Piece Day was what they did for Hancock, and they specifically said that one's not a Super Sugo. I would say between next month or October. I don't know when 9.5 anniversary is. Is not, God, why did I say 9.5 anniversary? Just a 0.5 anniversary in general. Is that September or is that October? Because if it's September, then yeah, then there'll probably be more likely a Super Sugo Fest next month. Either next month or October, I would say, because I know there's no way they would do a Super Sugo Fest in November, that close to it being New Year's, and we know historically like New Year's is such a big event in OPTC. So surely like that close to New Year's they wouldn't do one. Like I think November would be too late. So I think a Super Sugo Fest in next month or October. It just depends on when the 0.5 anniversary is. Which I have no idea. Which, you know, of course, then whenever it is a 0.5 anniversary, you know Blitz Battle's coming then. They keep a Blitz Battle ready for the 0.5 anniversary and the regular anniversary and New Year's. Like, those are 3 guaranteed events you're getting a Blitz Battle. I remember Friday, I think it is, but it was there for a long time. I think Friday's when we can claim our Grand Sugo Feast or Grand Feast Sugo Fest, whatever the hell it's called, characters from co-op, so we can get that Sentomaru. Because I like anything to do with My boy Kizaru getting some more support. That's why that new Garp is so like enticing. Not that I was gonna pull on the monthly badge, but that Garp is so enticing because that great just buff and synergy he gives Ace and Kizaru is nice. And then you got Sentomer as like a free-to-play character added in the mix. Really appreciate that. I can see both of y'all are getting antsy. Is it because it's almost exactly 2 hours till dinner time and y'all always act like this for 2 hours? You have to cause like mayhem through the house? Alright, let's KO Ace here. Okay, I was about to say I did set Gabon. That's who I was starting with, already. I like the, I will say this though, speaking of like Sugo Fest and new stuff in there, I like the change in the update that now when you pull a debuting character, they'll be level limit broke some. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually really like that. I think that's pretty sweet. So like getting Hancock and she was already like level limit break like 2 was pretty cool. I think that's a good change. I think that's a good change. It like didn't do anything to hurt Bandai. Like they're so adamant about wanting people to pull on every banner that honestly for y'all in like they're being devil's advocate. Well, this is what entices people to pull every banner. If you're getting the debuting character, it's going to require you to get less copies of them to max them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is like I said, like good for whales. Like if you go in, like if you literally are like going in on every single banner. But even for like just like the normal player, like when a character debuts, it just automatically adds value to them. Like I leveled up my Hancock to level 110 because like why not? You know how like yeah, when am I going to pull this character again? She's an anniversary character. You know what I mean? Like, I do like Hancock, and I think she's great, but I'm not going to go out my way to, like, get multiple copies of her. Like I said, the Super Tandem boost, to me, was, like, more of an afterthought of her kit. To me, I liked her for other stuff in her kit, so... It's funny. It doesn't hurt them at all because, like I said, it's makes it feel like the rich get richer. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it doesn't hurt Bandai at all because it makes them say like, okay, look, here's more value why you want to pull now. Specifically, if you like this character, because look, you're going to get them like, you know, now here's two dupes that saves you from investing to get them to level 150. But yeah, it's like you get her. She can go to level 110, but it didn't add any potential abilities to her, like, still. So it's not like she got 2 dupes fed into her in that way where it gave us, like... Even if it wasn't the Super Tandem boost, which I understand, like, them not doing that because they're wanting you to, like, pull to level up Super Tandem boost. They're obviously putting value in that, like it's like a premium or whatever. But they still could put it in, like, her regular ones to, like, remove, like, slot bind. Like, oh, and she's got, like, 2 procs in, like, her slot bind, stuff like that. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go run to the restroom again. real quick, and then we're gonna keep farming some more. So bear with me 1 second. Alright, back now, guys. And Mo, I did, while I was up, I went ahead, I sent you the invite in game, so you can let me know if you got it. Try to get like comfy real quick. Dude, Asta. What the hell, man? What? What is it? The air cutting on? Dude. Y'all. These cats. Anyway, Asta. My god. Chat, what the hell? Alright, back to it. Yeah, you can let me know whenever you get a chance, if you see the request, just make sure it went through. Jesus Christ, man. Damn, we didn't get the treasure bird this time. Oh. No biggie, no biggie. But since we're 2 away and we're only at 100, I know we're about to like level up, but I'll still use this here. Yeah, see, it wasn't even like a full refill, and because we had full set of cards anyway, I didn't want to throw away one of those ones in addition. So all in all, it felt fine going ahead and using that. You okay, Asta? Please don't go over there and just start fighting your sister, because I just watched him make just eye contact with her and just start walking towards her slowly. Whatever it was you think you heard. Alright, he's going in the bedroom, so I'm going to keep an ear out here if he jumps on the bookshelf again. I reopened the door while I was up. I'm going to give him another chance. He's been locked out for a while, and frankly, they're driving me crazy both being here. Alright, let's go ahead and pop Koala here. Keep forgetting to do Morley and Karsu first. Like listening. Listen and see like if he's getting in some. I did see we did get, we got past 1 million here already in the TM, so I'll take that. I ain't gonna be mad about it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna level up before we leave this map, seeing like where our experience is. Nice, I'll take that. Free like little tokens there. You did get it and accept it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Be better the guaranteed debut legend on part 1 always do. Don't get me started on that mode. I hate that, like, dude, it makes me like dead ass like not pull on part 1s, where it'll be like, yeah, the 30th multi of part 1 will be a Super Suko Fest, a limited Super Suko Fest character, and like it'll be the 2 new characters and like 4 others. Like, 3 to 4 others that you like already got. So like literally like, you could go to 30 and not get either of the new characters. Like, dude, I don't get me started on that, man. I hate it. You would think at a minimum, they could guarantee that it was one of the 2 debuting legends. For like, you're preaching to the choir on that one, man. Dude, that drives me crazy, bro. It dead ass like makes me not want to pull in part 1. In addition, like I'm always, I can't remember the last time I pulled on a part 1 of like a big event like that. Just because like I hate too that they'll be like parts 2 and 3 are limited the number of legends and stuff like that, but part 1 will have every single legend plus all super. Like, bro, I don't need V1 Whitebeard dupes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, seriously, like, it really feels like they hate us in that aspect of it. That's like when I was talking to someone, they mentioned that letter about doing, like, changes to treasure map, and I'm like, bro, leave treasure map alone. Work on Grand Party and co-op, for Christ's sake. Like, it's like they refuse to, man. What are your thoughts on these new Turbo Kazuna potions? I'm assuming we're gonna have them in next week's Kazuna. Now I'm wondering, like, what's your like thought or like philosophy on them? I was thinking, I know some people are probably gonna use them on their first run, but to me, I was thinking about using it when you get to like 30, because you know when you get to 30, it's easier until you get to 31. Like, there's less gimmicks, so I would think, like, wouldn't you want to skip the ones that have more gimmicks, you know what I mean? And also, I think, like, I'm also going to save it for when I have a friend captain that's boosted. I think that's important, too, that part of it. Because I think you would get a higher return back, right? Because you would get the bonus points. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think they're more valuable. So I've seen some people say like, oh, this will be great for a Super Boss Kazuna, like, you know, getting like Super Boss tokens quicker. But I'm with you. I'm thinking the other way. It's so easy to like get all the stuff out of a Super Boss, like the boxes and everything, because you get so many tickets when you beat the Super Boss. I'm with you. I want it to be so it makes normal Kazuna easier. So I agree with you 100%. I know some people are like, oh, I'll just save it for Super Bosses. I'm 100% with you, dude. Like, I think it's more valuable on the regular Kazuna, because you don't get the extra tickets you get for taking out a Super Boss. Yeah, that's what I think. I also know some people would be upset about this, and I understand why they would be. So that's why, like, I don't know if they would ever do this, but I think it wouldn't be a bad decision if they made... I don't know what I'm trying to say here, what would be better, Mo. Maybe you can help me figure it out. Like, do you think they should make, like, it more... Like, you get more tickets when you beat a boss in regular Kazuna than a Super Boss Kazuna, because you don't have the Super Boss, to make it easier to clear the boxes? Or would you think it's better to just have less shit in the boxes? Because it is ridiculous how much they're asking for like you to do when it's a non-Super Boss. So I don't know what would be a better solution to that. Like, make when you clear a Kazuna Clash boss, at least outside of a Kazuna Clash, or at the Super Boss one, give you more tickets? Or make it that you need less tickets to finish the boxes? I don't know what would be better. But I do agree with you though, like, I think like there's more value in the Turbo Potion in a regular Kazuna, just to help you get through it faster. And again, I think like, in my mind, yeah, I know some people are like, let's use it at the start to like jump further in, but it lets you skip what, like 5 ranks, I think it was? So let's you skip like 5 ranks, just let's say. If that's wrong, then it might be. So you go from 1 to 5, right? Wouldn't you rather go from 31 to 35? And like, there's 5 less runs of like the other gimmicks you didn't have to worry about. That's the way I think about it anyway. Another thing is we don't know how we're going to attain these turbo potions, so we'll have to see that. Like, I'm sure they'll throw them in the Kazuna shop or whatever. If they're in the Kazuna shop and they're like a lot of insignias or whatever they're called, the currency is in the Kazuna shop, I don't know how, like, value... It's tough, man. We're just going to have to see. It definitely doesn't fix Kazuna, though. What would fix Kazuna is the boxes being smaller. Or, like, more... If the boxes are going to be that size, which they are too damn big, have more valuable stuff in them than what they have. But hey, I guess we'll see what they're thinking. However they're planning on like implementing this. Man, as if I didn't like this buggy enough. The fact that like since he changes orbs, you can put that Doflamingo support on him and get an orb buff too. Like, man, dude, I mess with this buggy, dude. This character's like so sick. He's honestly like, no joke, chat. He's one of my favorite legends to come out this year that isn't obviously like a super Sugo Fest one, because I know he is just like, to me a TM legend does have more value than an end of month legend, absolutely, but he's definitely like one of my favorite characters that's come out this year that is not a super Sugo Fest / anniversary like character. I mess with this buggy, dude. I always have. I'd have to really sit down and look at like all the TM characters to see like where I would rank him. But in my mind, at least top 3, maybe top 2. Because I know like nothing's beating Nami Karina. But I'm really having a hard time thinking of another TM legend I like more than this buggy. Bon Clay is up there. I've always sang the praise of Bon Clay. He's just, I always call him TM MVP, and I mean it, but Buggy is definitely in my top 3. Alright, I'm gonna read this real quick. Okay. Normal Kazuna, they should do a change for boxes, and they should make it easier to clear important stuff like skulls and gems and get box 7. Like good stuff, like more rare stuff. Rainbow Hime turtles, absolutely agree. More tablets, absolutely agree to your next thing. More rare tablets, yeah, more than one of each of those. That really needs to change. Absolutely, 100% with the rare tablets. Totally agree with that. Definitely agree with the Hime turtles too, especially since they really want you to get 150 level 150 characters right now. Or stuff, don't know. Maybe not guaranteed. Ooh, Final Tap tandem tablets. That makes sense. More Super Boss tickets. Wouldn't be a bad idea if, you know how they offset Kazuna Super Boss, Kazuna Super Boss, like every month, like they alternate. It wouldn't be a bad idea if in box 7, like you were saying, Now, I totally agree with everything you said there about fixing, like, make the stuff more rare, and definitely they need to change the boxes to make it easier to get through the boxes, especially for normal Kazuna. But I don't think it'd be a bad idea if the normal Kazuna, because they do have a lot of like garbage in the just the boxes in general. Having super boss tickets in there isn't a bad idea. You could like store them up and earn them in that off month. You know, like, you know how like we had the 2 months that we do co-op, so we're getting the Grand Sugofi stones, but we're using them on the second one. That would be kind of cool to me if they like you could get like some super boss tokens, and then you'll have them for the next month for when you do a super boss, like ready to go. That would be kind of cool. I think that's something fun they could do. It makes sense to me. I think that'd be fun. Had no motivation to grind Kazuna, normal, and super boss are time consuming. Dude, you're damn right. They should be less less time consuming. 100% agree. Would be cool and make Kazuna really OP. It would add so much value to the regular Kazuna if they did that, and I don't think it would hurt the game at all. Like their economy of the game, I don't think it would hurt the super boss like Kazuna, because I'm sure like we would only get a few tickets anyway. Just switch into the chat real quick, just because I gotta send a text message real quick. But we are still playing and stuff like that. Okay. Let me switch back over to the game real quick. Okay. Nobody would pull Kazuna then. I get what you're saying. Because, like, that is a big thing about the Super Boss damn Sugo Fest. Is they're like, oh, you get more Super Boss tokens. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, from their point of view, that's where they would think, like, well, it hurts the economy of the game. Yeah. I didn't think about that. That's stupid. You're 100% right, and that's dumb on their part. Bon Clay, Carrot, Wanda, Nami, Karina are the GOATs. Dude, I agree 100%. Like, I would say, God, man, you hit the nail on the head there. I don't know where I would put Buggy in there, because Nami, Karina are #1. They're definitely the best treasure map legend. There's no question about that. So, Nami, Karina, you got to give them their due. They're the best right there for this game mode. Just going to try and get some matching slots real quick if we can. A little bit better. But Nami, Karina, they're absolutely the best. Yeah, you saw I had no matching slots whatsoever. So like I said, that is the issue with this team. But there is a lot of turns you can stall on the turtles. So I mean, I think as long as I get a slot on Usopp, like there's not going to be any problem. Usopp and like Hiyori, I think there's not going to be any issue. So. Like I said, worst case scenario, I could put target mark status on Marco. I just would lose my second conditional buff on the final stage, but it's no biggie. Yeah, Nami, Karina, like they're not being knocked off #1. I'm trying like to. Here's the thing: is I love Bon Clay. I love Carrot. I wish both of them were Straw Hats, honestly. So, I don't know which I'd put over the other because the bias that I have for both characters, I'm trying to remove that from. I've always said Bon Clay's a TM MVP, and I totally believe that. He's just too damn good. Like, I think I would put Bon Clay second, and then Wanda Carrot third. And the only reason why I'm putting Wanda Carrot third, because they are like cooldown gods. They give you the attack buff, they give you the orb buff, they give you the enemy's defense is 0. The only reason I'm putting Bon Clay second is he guarantees a full board matching, which is great. That's always good to throw on there. But most importantly, the clash change and the super type. It's just too strong. Like Bon Clay's my number 2. I'll say he's my. They would be my top 3. So you got me, Mo. I wasn't thinking about Wanda Carrot. After Wanda Carrot, I'll probably put Buggy third. But you got me. You got me to knock Buggy out of top 3. So I'd probably put Buggy fourth. Fourth is what I meant to say. So Buggy, I would have to look at all of them to see if there's anybody I'd put over Buggy. But I think Buggy's number 4 though. In my opinion. Don't sleep on Nami Carrot. Another great unit. Use Nami Creed in almost every TM boss or intrusion. I mean, they're just like, who could blame you? Like, look at their kit. Who could blame you? Incredible utility. And the great thing about Nami and Karina is the different specials for each one. So anytime you hybrid them, you get access to both. It's like, who could blame you? Like, look at the utility, and on top of the utility, they give you an orb buff or an attack buff, and they'll give you the matching slots with their super switch. Plus, they have if you use them on a stage 3, like, or a stage 2 to get through any kind of like any kind of shenanigans that you could run into in a stage 2, like you said. Using them for a TM boss or intrusion, you're always going to have a stage 2 fight. If you use their super switch, you're going to get the base attack buff carried on into the next stage too. So very, 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 very good unit. And definitely a nice captain needed. Like I said, I totally wasn't even thinking about the treasure duplication. I actually want to see here real quick, what are their potential abilities? Probably to have Nami Karina on that. I'm on this one. Potential abilities. They have fear reduction, which is great. And this is what I wanted to see. They reduce their cooldown by 5 turns at the start of every quest. So every single treasure map, they're going to be good to go. Like, even if they're not like getting the cooldown at the start, like 5-turn cooldown plus, since they're a TM legend, they get 10 turns. So 15 turns of cooldown. So like literally every treasure map they start max special is just phenomenal. That was what I wanted to check to see. I thought they had cooldown, but I wanted to be sure that they did, because that's such an underrated potential ability. And it's underrated they had 2 specials built into the character. Shout out to my man Laffy. I have been by this point impatiently waiting on Luffy Law to get a super evolution. But here's the thing, like, because of how I'm surprised Luffy Law didn't get a super evolution for the anniversary, because of how like big that character was when they came out. That would be such a big thing for the anniversary. I was very surprised that they didn't. Instead, you know, that Zoro got the paywall super evolution that we'll get our hands on eventually, somewhere down the line. I think because of how big Luffy Law is, I think he's going to get a paywalled super evolution, no joke. Which, that sucks. Any paywall evolution obviously sucks, so we have to wait so many months for it. But I will say this, because I'm a pretty positive guy. I feel like you've been to enough streams, you know that. You know, I try and, like, you know, put a good spin on stuff, look on the bright side of everything. If Luffy Law, when he ever does super evolve, if he gets a paywall super evolution, the only redeeming thing about that is every paywall super evolution except one, unless my memory's wrong, and it was at Rebecca and Vivi that they paywalled. Every paywalled super evolution, unless I'm wrong, has actually been good, which is more than I can say about the monthly super evolution that they do. Because, yeah, some of those usually are not that great. But the Zoro super evolution, the Doflamingo super evolution, well, hang on, let's start. The Zoro side evolution, because you want one of each. The Waifu side evolution. The Perona side evolution, since she class changed. She didn't type change, but she class changed. And the Doflamingo super evolution. All of those units are good. Like, those are all good super evolutions, in my opinion. So that's the only redeeming thing about trying to put a positive spin on. If not just him, but if any character is paywalled evolution, yeah, it sucks. We're gonna have to wait months to get them, but at least when we get them, they're good. And then there was Vivi Rebecca, and well, that was a terrible super evolution. They expected people to spend gems on is insane. Oh, I forgot there was another bad one. There was one other bad, like, side evolution that they paywalled, and that was Super Tandem Luffy. That him evolving from like Super Tandem Luffy into like Memories of Straw Hat Luffy, he's not as good. I forgot about that one. So, well, I guess it could be either way. It's slightly more in the favor of it's a good super evolution. Alright, I gotta remember, yeah, just super switch there. Bandai only has dumb ideas. I'll say this, I'll say they have ideas. Now, where they go from the idea board to practice is usually where stuff goes wrong. Because, hey, on paper, co-op sounded great. And then you played it. You know what I mean? On paper, Grand Party didn't sound that bad. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, 2 out of 3. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then the like, Grand Party, that sounds kind of cool. But then you played it. So, somewhere between ideas and practice is where stuff goes bad. Only makes money with their greedy idea. Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's so like they're definitely thinking with they're thinking with their wallets first. No joke. Because hey, the tavern medals, the tavern medals, that sounded like a great idea in practice, like on paper, and then you see like how fast they expire. You see them on social media campaigns and login stuff to replace gems, and then now that's where it's not good. So they have ideas. I'll say this is what it comes down to, Mo. You ready? They have ideas. They have dumb execution. That's what it is. The ideas aren't dumb. The execution's dumb. That's what the problem is. Co-op missions from Chopper Man to get the 50 gems. Which Chopper Man mission? Is it a lifetime mission? It's a lifetime one. Okay, okay. I was about to say, like, I got you, I got you, I got you. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I got you, I got you. Because I knew, like, clear King of the Pirates, yeah. I think I cleared... God. Actually, I don't even know if... Yeah, I don't know if I've ever cleared King of the Pirates, just because, like... It's just so, like... It's not fun to play. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, Treasure... Not Treasure Cruise. I love Treasure Cruise, I love Treasure Map. Kazuna... Damn, not Kazuna. Bro, my brain's, like, gone, man, right now. Sorry. I've been running my mouth so long, I'm, like, losing my mind, Mo. Well, let's start. Let me get a sip of water and start over and run this back. Okay, chat. We're back. We're starting this over. As I was saying, co-op, the correct game mode I was talking about, it's just not fun to play. It's just like, I'm going to do my 3 runs today. You might get, at most, 6 out of me. 6 or 7 on the first day to try and get those 5 Rainbow Gem missions done. And you might get like 4 to 5 out of me on like 2 other days, just so I can get to the 30. Oh god, yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I ain't done like none of those. Like, dude, they're so... Yeah. I don't even know what to say about them, man. Like, the game mode in itself is just... It's co-op. Like, there's nothing... I couldn't say anything that hasn't already been said about what's just exhausting about co-op. But it's the fact that then, like... Yeah, those lifetime missions, like... They can kick rock, bro. I don't blame you for, like, having it sitting there for, like, that. Like... King of the Pirates is, like, pulling teeth enough to, like, try and get that done. Dude, I'm with you. Like, I understand, because that's, like... That's a multi. And, hey, who knows when, like, you can use that multi, especially now with the tavern medals. Because now, look, that's 50 gems sitting there when gems ain't going to be as easy to come across. So, no, I hear you, dude. I hear you. Man, I don't even want to say it's, like, too loud, but, yeah, it's like, I'll do the event, or I'll try and do those missions when, like, you know, every now and then, like, okay, not every now and then, rarely, they'll say, okay, we're gonna, like, restart these lifetime missions so you can get their rewards again. When they put a timer like that on it, I'll do it again, or then I'll try and get that, like, that stuff done. But without having that threat, I'm good. Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm the same way. I need somebody to carry me through them. Like, 100%. Like, that's why, like, once... I don't even know where to begin, because it's like, it's so hard to, like, even get someone to carry you through them. Because you're building such a restricted, like, one type, one class team, you know what I mean? That it's like... Think about how hard King of the Pirates is already. What possibly could the other person bring? Because think about how prepared they're going to have to bring. Like, have to be to have, like, a diverse team that still does damage and can run into, like, whatever problems, like... You know, it's just insane. Like, it's crazy. Because, like, for real, like, when you think about it this way, there's no way with the randomness of co-op, like the mini-bosses and the final boss, there's no way you and someone else could both be trying to clear missions. You know what I mean? No, I don't. I don't know what the carry team, like, looks like. I'm assuming, like, people like Nami, Karina, maybe Momo because of, like, the wave clear or something. I don't know for, like... for King of the Pirates, for example. Just gotta know how hard King of the Pirates is. So no, I actually don't know what the light team looks like. Maybe Side Gear 5 is the only thing I'm thinking of. Because the most I do is Warlord for the Rainbow Gems. If I do any more, I might do the missions for Emperor. I might do the missions for Emperor. Yeah, definitely. Send it to me just so I can see like what it looks like, because I have no idea. Because you mean like a team to carry you through King of the Pirates? I can't even. I have no idea what that would be like because of all the gimmicks and like how much life like enemies have in King of the Pirates versus like other game modes. There'd be prior difficulties and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. Like send it to me so I can like see, because I can't even like picture like a team in my head. Infinitum, that's the last one. King of the Pirates isn't even the last one, you're right. Yeah. Infinitum's the last one. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, and if it works for Infinitum, that's where I'm like... Because I was thinking King of the Pirates is the last one. I forgot that's Warlord, Emperor, King of the Pirates, Infinitum. That's like the last ones. I forgot that's the actual like final one. So yeah, definitely, like I'm interested in seeing it because I have no idea. Like it's a guess to me as to how it could look. By the way, Mo, are you in the OPTC Discord? By the way. Try and get me some matching slots real quick. Good swap. Gabon here, Pop Ray Lee. Sent me a Discord message. Dope. Okay, yeah. I was about to ask, like, let me set this to the side real quick. I'm gonna pull up another tab here on my PC, so I don't have to, like, close my phone. Yeah, I was asking if you were on the Discord, because I assumed you were in the OPTC Discord, because I was just going to go ahead and shoot you a friend request in Discord, just to make it easier for whenever I do launch a Discord for like the stream and stuff like that, for my stream and stuff like that, like my community. It would make it easier to let you know, hey, I launched it and shoot you an invite. So let me go ahead and accept this real quick and... Alright, I just shot you a friend request also. Yeah, let me check it out real quick. Okay, yeah. So this is what I was expecting, like, definitely, like, Momo. Okay, I see. So Momo, Gear 5 Luffy, I was totally thinking that. Sanji, Zoro Sanji's thinking that. Ace. I don't know if my Bonnie is level limit break 5. I don't think she is, unfortunately. Is that Odin Toki down there? On the second team? I see, like, Carrot. Yori's the captain. Co-op is easy when both players use them. Interesting. Was that that is Odin Toki? Okay, that's what I was wondering there. Because I was thinking like Odin Toki, they're like mono slasher focused, but I was like, oh duh, Zoro Sanji, they make your whole team slasher. Yeah, that's interesting. More carry teams that exist. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you just need to like basically be prepared for anything and everything it could throw at you and stuff like that. But those two teams, I can definitely see you thinking about like all the help me out, what am I trying to say? All the utility that they have, like with their specials and stuff like that. How they could get you through it, and they're also like I see like I was saying, diverse in like type and like type and class and stuff like that, which is big, especially for co-op. You don't know what you're going to run into, and then when you get to the final boss and they have like their life bar staggered, like half one type, half the other, it makes it harder to go in with a mono team. You know what I mean? So, who was I using here? Hancock. Started talking so much, I just started drawing a blank. But no, that's pretty lit. I can definitely see like how strong that team is. Thank you for sending me that. I'm definitely going to share that with share like those two teams with my alliance to let them know, hey, like this will make it a lot easier for us if we're trying to like if we try and like knock some of these out or anything like that. So popping Frankie. Yeah, really appreciate that though. And it's funny that you say you sent me the message in Discord. Literally, I was asking that because I was about to. I assumed you were in the OPTC Discord, so that way I could like find you and shoot you. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. My mind's like getting like flustered or like clouded. I mean, shoot you a friend request anyway through there. Co-op's not so hard like you think, and it's fun. All carry teams, all the people that play in Theme, they all have like carry teams. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I can see like when you're. I guess the reason why like I think like. I guess because I didn't know like a right composition for a team like that. I guess that's why I think it's so hard, and that's why like I usually just go to Warlord just to get my rainbow gems, and then try and get my 30 done. And I'm sure like you're saying like with everybody using teams like carry teams like that in Infinitum, and probably King of the Pirates too, it is a lot more fun because then you know you're playing with someone who's, let's just be honest, competent. Because dude, when you don't know how mad I'd be getting when it's like co-op and somebody like they start with a team of like just a captain and one other character, like just their co-op captain and then like one other character, and I'm like, you can't remove anything, you're not going to be able to KO any enemies. So you're going to take a hit, and now you have no life to take the hit. So it's like, there's no point in like even like teaming with you because we're just going to game over. So yeah, definitely I'm sure playing with like competent people like that, oh, I know it makes like a world of difference. So yeah, I'm definitely going to the next co-op when it comes back around. So in like a couple weeks. I'm going to try those teams out and actually try to like get to Infinitum for once. Well, I got there before. I got there like when it went during the first season, but I couldn't beat it. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely try that. What am I looking for here? Usopp Lilith, that's what I'm looking for. You can guide me. Hey, bro, I'm gonna need it. 100%. It's like I said, I got to infinitum once, maybe twice, and I was just like, dude, I cannot clear this shit. It was just like I could never fully have all my bases covered. I'm sure you get what I'm saying there. Somehow some debuff or some gimmick would come up and it'd be like, damn, I didn't prepare for that one. Then I'd like go tweak my team, but in doing that, like I would lose out on something else. Like, you get what I mean. What, damn, 30 plus stones per run? Jeez. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about it. Like, it does probably have, like, good material drops also. Yeah, the good material drops, yeah, I'm sure that definitely does, like, make, like, a world of difference, actually. Hell, yeah, it would probably seem like a lot better, actually. Or a lot funner of a game mode when you're getting, like, good drops, you know what I mean? Versus, like, scraps, you know? What, I gotta ask, Mo, how is your cotton candy so high for those teams? That's what, like, I'm wondering, because I do see sometimes in co-op some people with those cotton candy numbers like that in, like, the red and stuff like that. Only for the co-op captain. Co-op power-up. Oh, that's what that is. So, okay. So that's not cotton candy. That's from when you do the co-op power. I got you. Okay. I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that because, like, I've got... Basically, this is all I've done with, like, powering up a character for co-op. Is I've only ever, how do I say it? I've only ever... I've gotten a character to level 150. I've gotten characters to level 150 and I've unlocked their co-op captain, basically. And I've made sure at a minimum for every color I have one of every type. Defense, debuff, blah blah blah. So I have, like, all that stuff done. But I've never done, like, putting luck drops or anything. I haven't put any in my co-op power. Because, like you said, like, it is expensive. So I've just been, like, holding off on it. Like, better not to waste them than just to spend them forever. So it is cotton candy, but it's only for co-op. So does it go up to, like, 999? Like, does it... What's the cap, then, of, like, your co-op power-up? Oh, I forgot to double pop Frankie there, but it doesn't really matter. It is 999. Okay. And it doesn't, like... So it's not specific, like... Say, like, if I powered up a... If I use co-op power-up for, like, a character, it's just, like, static, like, it's just that. Like, it's not like... You know, if you put in cotton candy, you have attack, cotton candy, recovery, and health. It's just like, it's just one thing that you're sliding 0 to 999, right? I'm assuming. Like, it's not like 333 attack, 333 health, 333 recovery. I'm assuming. I'm assuming it's just like you said, it's just buffing your co-op captain. Kobe. Either way, like this is interesting though, because like I said, I did not have a lot of knowledge about co-op. That is something that I had very, very little knowledge on, just because, like, well, like I told you about like my experience with it, but it definitely makes a lot of sense. Like you said, once you get to Infinitum, everybody is running teams like this. It is doable, and it's easy to do. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, yeah. I think I will need like. You just to break it down for me, like once the co-op season starts, like that sounds totally good to me. Yeah, that sounds totally good to me, dude. I agree. I think that makes that makes a lot of sense what you're saying too. Like, obviously you want to do your 3 runs a day, so it's like at least like if you're doing your 3 runs a day with like these kind of teams, working with other people that are, you know, in the similar mindset of you, higher level players with like these capable teams to clear it, it's like you're getting more value for your time, because like your 3 runs become like easy, like you were saying. Like I get what you're saying, because I have the units. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just, yeah, it's I never thought about it that way, and like you explain it to me like this does make a lot of sense, and does, like, I can already see like exactly what you're saying about like it would make your co-op experience like a lot better because you're working with more like-minded individuals. So I totally get that. Just wondering real quick, does Kobe have a... Okay, no, that didn't do anything. I wanted to see like if he had like a non-like redundancy special, but it didn't proc anything extra. Oh, I think he buffed my orb buff, so I think that was the only thing. I'm assuming if you have an orb buff, he buffs it. Either that or Lucci Kaku buffed it. I don't know. Either way, we did more than enough damage. I'll probably not use another Kobe special. Alright, give me 1 second while this fight starts. Switch over to chat and just check my messages again real quick. Alrighty. Okay. So it is... What time is it right now? It's 4:54. Okay. So we're going to clear this treasure map run. It'll be a little bit after 5, and then we'll go ahead and we'll stop the stream there for today. Just because I was just checking text to see my wife's pretty close to being home, so that way when she gets home, you know, I can spend some time with her, and then like be ready to get ready so we can go out to like dinner, because it's almost 5 right now. We're probably gonna go out to eat in like another hour or so, probably around like 6. So yeah, we'll wrap the stream up at like 5 just so I can like stretch my legs, talk to her, and get ready and stuff before we go out to dinner. We'll not end it right at 5, end it when I finish this like this run, so when we take out Ace. Man, I'm hungry now. But I think it's because I've been thinking about this food. I think that's why I'm so hungry. Is I've been sitting here thinking, like, literally like clock watching, like, oh man, we're so close to like when we gotta eat. But hey, like I said, can you blame me? Like, who wouldn't be excited about going to their favorite restaurant? But we're definitely going to stream tomorrow, same time. Continue like our treasure map runs. These are always like fun streams. I always really enjoy like doing the OPTC streams, obviously. And TM TM is the one I enjoy the most since it's my favorite game mode. The Kazuna streams are fun just because, like, we just get to talk and chill and stuff like that. Kazuna, you know, is kind of like, it's just so, like you said, it's such a grind. So it's kind of like mindless, like, doing Kazuna, so you can just, like, chat and whatever. Like, at least this one, like, you have more variety in your teams. You're actually crossing the map, deciding where to go and stuff like that. It's more engaging. But yeah, we're going to stream same time tomorrow. Continue our runs because we only have like over 1 million something points right now. So this is going to be a spoiler chat. I'm not getting 10 million by the time I go to bed. I know that. I'm not getting 10 million by the end of the night. So we'll continue streaming tomorrow. Another thing I forgot to mention, chat, was off stream. Y'all know I collect and play 3DS games. Last night I beat Strange Journey Redux, so now I have beat all 8 SMT 3DS games. So I was really excited about that. Highly recommend. All 8 of them are very, very, very good. With, what, 4 of them being the definitive versions of those games, because they're on, like, other consoles, too. Because Strange Journey Redux is the definitive version of Strange Journey. Devil Survivor 1 and 2's versions on 3DS are the definitive versions of those. And I couldn't imagine playing the original versions after playing the definitive versions of those, because, like, losing out on, like, that extra story, I couldn't imagine, like, ending the game where it ends without them, like... It just leaves so much on the table. And then, lastly, what was the other one? Soul Hackers 1. That's the definitive version of Soul Hackers. So finishing it, if my math was right, if I counted right, I'm gonna have to like go back and double check them. I think that is the 13th SMT game I've cleared, and I'm playing through my 14th one right now, off stream. Well, obviously off streams. Like I said, I wouldn't... SMT is like the one thing I wouldn't stream, just because like I just want to really take my time in it. You know, just fully engross myself in like the game and stuff like that, since it is my favorite like game series. And I wouldn't want to like spoil any of the story for you guys, so that way y'all can check out the games. But I will always like speak about how highly I recommend certain ones, especially specifically out of those 3DS ones. Definitely Devil Survivor Overclocked is one of top 2 best games I've ever played. And the second one that I would highly recommend is SMT 4 and 4 Apocalypse. Definitely play, I would play them in the order of 4 and then 4 Apocalypse is just my recommendation. And playing them back to back, I think you get like a lot out of it that way. So it's kind of weird because I kind of count them as like one game. I kind of count like Apocalypse as the second half of the game. Similar to like I'm playing Persona 2 Eternal Punishment right now. It's the second half of Persona 2 because you had Innocent Sin right before it picks up right where it left off. It's not exactly that in Apocalypse versus the original one, but it's really, really, really similar. Alright, we're going to go into the last fight here against Linlin. So far we're at 1.6 million. That's actually more than I thought. I thought we were like barely over 1. Oh, not against Linlin. I'm tripping, against Ace. Yeah, thank you, while I'm like doing this and start like wrapping up. Thank you everybody that like stopped by. Really appreciate seeing you again, Mo. Thank you for you know, the in-game ad and for sending me that the co-op teams. Really appreciate that. I'm definitely excited. Yeah, next like co-op event, we'll check it out together and like figure out. I can figure out like how the hell to do this damn Infinitum C that's been like bothering me. We'll go ahead. We'll get cooking here with Rayleigh Gabon. We got slots on everybody but Usopp, so go ahead and easily clear the stage. Pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure I can hear my wife pulling up there. We'll go ahead and activate Hancock. Usopp next. I love that like I was able to like the way I built this team, man, like that we're able to like capitalize on Hancock's double stacking conditional boost, like, and obviously like other characters had double stacking conditional boost, but I've never got double stacking conditional boost. I've never laid it out in a way like this where I've got it to like kind of proc or like trigger or whatever you want to say with supports. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I think that's really cool. But that clutch like Zoro support, and then originally the Robin support, but now the Brooks support really came through to make that like work. It just helps too that like Straw Hats have like tons of options when it comes to support. Alright, cool. We will stop there for today. Let's see what our final score is. So we are at least 1.7. Yeah, just over 1.7. So 1.7 million. I'll take it. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for when I had to stop and like rebuild my teams there. Well, not all. Like do some changes there with that one team. So thank y'all so much for joining me, hanging out and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. Thank you again, Mo, for like all that, for the co-op support and stuff like that. Shooting that over from Discord. Like I said, I sent you a friend request in Discord also. And I'm going to be working on trying to get some more emotes rolled out. Obviously not by tomorrow, but hopefully by next week's streams, I'm hoping to have like at least Austin Haley's emotes. I want to get like a couple more in there. And then we can go from there. So emotes is a big focus. Figuring out the channel point stuff, that's a big focus. And then after that, yeah, like we talked about, Mo, definitely a community like Discord. I think that'd be a lot of fun, like getting that set up. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will catch y'all tomorrow, same time. We're going to do some more treasure map. And good luck on y'all's runs, everybody. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Mo. Hope you. Glad like you're gonna be there tuning in again, because this was a blast today. We can chat up some more. So I hope y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later.